What is up, Buffalo Fanatics? Z-Bot Rico. It's Rico and Bot on a Friday night, powered by BetUS on the Buffalo Fanatics YouTube channel. Heading into Week 18, the final week of the regular season, Rico. It feels like just a blink of an eye ago, we were making our preseason predictions. Now, we head into the final week of the regular season, and next week, baby, it's the big dance. We can't wait. But before that, we can't wait to watch our boy Bisky head out there and take on the Patriots. Happy New Year to everyone in here, and Happy New Year to Rico. How you feeling, my brother?
Listen, Happy New Year to you, brother. We want to bring in the year with positivity, positive vibes, like we always try to do. Show love, respect, and all of that. So here's to another year of doing the very same thing, and another year of hanging out with the best crew that is out there. For those that have been watching us for freaking ever since we started on Facebook and what we're doing now, salute to everyone. Happy New Year, and salute to my man Bobby, my man Pierre, my man Z-Bot, and the whole writing crew, our Thigh Doc, the whole crew. Happy New Year. Let's get this party started today. We got lots to talk about. It's going to be a fun one.
It is going to be a fun one. A lot to talk about this evening. We're going to talk about the Pro Bowl. Does it even matter anymore? It matters a little bit. We'll talk about one big snub from Buffalo that Rico and I both have a bit of a problem with. We're also going to hand out our end of the year awards, our MVP, our coach of the year, our rookie of the year, all of that coming your way this evening. We'll also talk about Saquon Barkley and the decision to not allow him to go out this weekend and break Eric Dickerson's record. We will talk about that. We'll also talk about the biggest winners of the 2024 season, the biggest losers, etc. A lot coming your way here on this episode of Rico and Bot. Before we dive into it, wanted to give you a quick update. Going into Week 18, here are the updated odds to win the AFC on BetUS. Right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are the favorite at plus 155. But Rico, those Buffalo Bills, right behind him at plus 250. And it's felt for the longest time, and it still feels this way heading into the tail end of the year here, Rico. Chiefs at number 1, Bills at number 2, Ravens at number 3 at plus 300. And then you go past that, and it's just phone number type numbers, right, Rico? Doesn't it feel it's a three-man race in the AFC? Does it not feel that way to you?
It does feel like a three-man race, but and we've known that since the very beginning of the year. It was going to be a three-man race. We knew that the Ravens were going to be high-powered, totally improved, ready to go. We knew the Chiefs were going to be the Chiefs. They're trying to three-peat.
Yeah.
We knew the Bills were going to still be in the thick of things. Some folks didn't feel that way, but everything worked out the way it's supposed to work out. The Bills are right up there with a chance to bring one back to Buffalo. How great would that feel? Even today, I don't know how it came up on my feed, but I saw a magician, allegedly a magician. Yes. I don't know if you saw that video.
I did.
He's giving us great odds to win the whole thing. So who knows? Who knows how it shakes out? But I like these odds, man. These BetUS, man, they're giving us good odds. So I think we can pull it off.
I wanted to show you one more thing on here because I find it interesting because obviously should the Bills win the AFC, that puts them in the Super Bowl and they got to play the winner of the NFC. Here are the odds for the NFC. I find it interesting, Rico. The Lions, the favorite at plus 190 right now.
Yep.
You got the Eagles at plus 300, but how about the Vikings? Once again, we talked about this the other day. Have you ever seen a team more disrespected than the Vikings being in the situation they're currently in? Right now, Rico, they have the third best odds to win the NFC. If they win Sunday night, Rico, they're the damn 1 seed. Crazy.
Buddy, you go from you're battling for the 1, and if you don't get the 1, you drop to the 5.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? What a time to be alive in
NFC
the NFC
North.
The NFC North is a battle. The NFC, listen, I used to feel like the NFC at moments were like the NBA East, right?
Yes.
I felt like the top dogs were all in the AFC, and you dealt with what you had in the NFC. But the NFC's giving us something that to worthy to watch. And I like the underdog for me, the dogs that you got to watch out for in the NFC is those pesky Rams. Those Rams might be the team to kind of throw a wrinkle in this whole situation. And listen, we know what we want to happen in the AFC. We know we're vying for it. And I couldn't tell you, I was talking to the wife about that. I told her, listen, man, I was telling her about the magician that took the Bills. I said, Bills, win this whole thing. I'm telling you right now, we are going to Buffalo. She stamped it. She says, I wouldn't even care if you said, babe, I'm spending this amount to go and do what I need to do. She's like, I wouldn't be mad. I was like, you're damn right. There's nothing for you to be mad about. We win this whole thing. We're going to party like it's time. It's time. I mean, I'm not going to give you a year. We're just going to party. We're going to party.
I like the point you make on the Rams. That's a really good point. Plus 1,200, that's value. If you're like Rico and you think they can make a sneaky run there, do so on BetUS. Get in on them or any of those teams. YouTube 150 is the promo code. That'll get you a 150% sign-up bonus, up to $2,000 on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next two after that. So, Rico, you had mentioned at the top of the show, you had said we want to bring in the new year with positivity, right? Yes. As we always do. Nothing changes from 2024 to 2025 other than the digit on the end of the year. We always like to bring in positive vibes here. And even when it's a negative environment after a loss or something, you know, we always get back to that positive energy at some point because of everyone in here that joins us on a weekly basis. And we have hoped throughout time here that we have let you know how much you guys mean to us. I mean, I feel like I can't say it enough. I feel like you and I have both shared it as much as I feel like we would hope to, I guess. Maybe we haven't done it enough. And we wanted to say before we get into our next topic here, we wanted to say as we kick off the new year here, we could not love you guys more. Everything about what we do here is for you guys and for the love of the Buffalo Bills and nothing beyond that. And the reason we bring this up is, one, we want to reiterate to all of you guys how much we truly appreciate each and every one of you. It would not be the same if it weren't for you guys. Not only would we not be able to do this, but we wouldn't be able to enjoy the Buffalo Bills as much as we do if it weren't for you guys, because this gives all of us an outlet to further enhance our fandom. And that's why we appreciate all of you guys so much. And the reason we're bringing this up right now, beyond us just wanting to show appreciation, it was brought to our attention that there are people out there that think that that is quite the opposite approach that we take, Rico. Is it not? That's kind of the vibe that you had gotten here?
Apparently, there's some people that, we know this world. There are some people that dislike people for whatever reason they have or whatever they've concocted in their brains or for whatever reason. And we start off the new year with a little, I don't even know what to call it.
Let me frame it, I guess. So unfortunately, Rico and I, listen, there's a lot of creators in this space, and that's why we love it. You go around the league, 32 teams, you'd be hard-pressed to find a team that has more content creators. And that's because this is the best fan base on the planet. And a lot of people want to hop on and talk about it. And we love that. And we love how many outlets there are. And we're friends with the vast majority of everyone, right? And the one thing we never do, will never do, and pride ourselves on not doing is degrading someone else for doing the exact same thing that we're doing here right now. At the end of the day, what we're doing here, me and Rico are good buddies. And what we like to do is hop on and talk Bills football. And the fact that you guys join us and along for the ride and talk Bills football with us, it makes it that much sweeter, makes it that much better. We do this for nothing but the sheer love of the Buffalo Bills and the love for talking about it. And we have always prided. I'm getting a little out of sorts.
Listen, what Bob's trying to say is we pride ourselves on what we do. We love the Bills. We show passion. We come on here and we have a good old time. So much so that we've met with a whole lot of our friends. I'd like to call friends. There's people that I've met. There's people that I've known for years. Bots know for years. Bots met up with. And it's nothing but love. That's what we're trying to get the point across. But there's some people that don't feel that type of way. And Bot, minding his own business, gets a phone call from mom.
Yeah.
What did mom say?
Yeah, so like you were saying, we pride ourselves on just not starting any drama or getting involved in drama. Why would I get involved in drama with a fellow fan of the team that we're on here talking about? I never understood it, but you see it constantly. And Rico and I have always prided ourselves on just not starting anything, getting involved in anything. But when we get called out for something that we find to be the polar opposite of what we try to bring to the table, there's no way we can't address it. And I wouldn't have known about this if it wasn't for Mama Bell. In fact, I was notified about this about 20 minutes ago. My mom texted me. She goes, "Oh, what are you guys doing tonight?" I said, "I'm about to do a show with Rico." So she hops onto YouTube and a video pops up. And just because my mom has, Bill's content all over her front page on YouTube, she's got recommended video, right? And there's a video that pops up. And what was the title of that video, Rico?
Oh, the title, My Beef with Some Bills Content Creators.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something before we get into that real quick, because I don't be like, spill it. I've talked to a lot of content creators, not Buffalo fanatics, excuse me, not Buffalo Bills content creators, right? And Rams, Jets, Dolphins, they say like, dude, you guys are saturated with Bills content creators everywhere. Like you can't look and there's a different content. We wish there was a whole many of those, that many in our sphere, excuse me. I get to that point by saying beef with Bills content creators. So I don't know who this guy is. I'm not sure who he is. But I'm just gonna get right to it. And this bot wants to say something. What did mom say though?
I just want to I gotta respect my mom. She told me to not say anything here. And look, we're not gonna say anything malicious because we have nothing malicious to say. But when we're called out for something that could not be more polar opposite from what we're trying to do or what we feel that we're doing, what we know that we're doing, man, that really breaks your heart. And there's no way you can just let it go without addressing it. And so that's where we're at here. It's not the biggest deal in the world. But man, when you put your heart and soul into something, when you have pride in something and someone really cuts you down at the knees at that, it's hard to overlook it. And this is kind of what we're getting to right now.
All right, so let's check this out. My man, I'm not sure this gentleman's name, but I guess he had a prom with us. And I guess I'll just start off right here. There's a couple clips that he got off, and I'll play a little bit, and then we'll get into the rest of it. Check this out.
Answer chat at all. It's not like they have thousands watching and right.
So right now, I guess he's saying, I guess somebody in the chat mentioned that something about us and super chats, and we don't answer super chats, or sorry, we don't answer super chats, and if we do answer questions, it's only super chats, and we don't respect anybody else in the chat because we're all about the funds and we don't care about anything else, and so on and so forth. So he decided to speak on that because he has an issue with it.
Either. It's like 200 exactly. So I get it if you have like I had one time, no joke. I think I told you guys this earlier in the stream when the DeMar Hamlin incident happened.
We just wanted to address that quick part because we're being called out essentially for being in this for the money, right? We're being told that we are doing this for nothing but the money. And I can speak for Rico when saying we both have full-time jobs, Rico and I. And this is a passion thing that we do on the side that we love. And there is not a single ounce of this that is done with the intent of raking in the cash because there isn't cash to rake in. And I know there's probably people out there that think that that's the case, but it's not. Now, for those who are sending in chats, what we were told right there essentially is that, we only have a couple hundred viewers and for us not to read everybody's chats all the time is crazy. Every single Sunday after a game, there are thousands and thousands of people in here. And there are chats firing off nonstop, as you guys know. If we sat and read every single chat, there would not be a show. And we wanted to make it clear that that is never a knock at you guys for us not going through and reading all the chats. That is not a knock at anybody. The reason we've always read the super chats is how are we not going to take our time to read something that you spent your hard-earned money on to put in front of us? That is why we prioritize and read them. How could we ever overlook that? And if we ever have, we hope that you know that it is 100% a mistake if it is ever missed. We are never intentionally missing or not reading someone's super chat.
Never.
And for those getting involved in the conversation, we love that you guys are talking in the chat. It's the best. And we often reference what's going on in the chat in the show. But unfortunately, when you're doing a show, we can't sit and just read the chat the whole time or there would be no show to have.
Absolutely.
So that was our point on that because we wanted to make that known.
But here's the biggest thing. I think this is the biggest thing for us right now is we don't have passion. It's just about the funds. Now that's the I wouldn't say the insulting part, but that's just it's like calling me out of my name, calling Z-Bot out of his name. That's not what we do. Just this last clip, and then we'll get into it.
I don't listen to Rico or Z-Bot. Something about them too. Yeah, listen, Rico, in my opinion, as far as what they do there, to me, it's all about money, bro. And I think it's. I don't think they're I don't think it's true. I don't think it's like real. I don't think their passion is really all about Bills Mafia and the Bills.
All right. So he doesn't feel worried about passionate about the Bills, so on and so forth. All right. So let's put this out the way. If you see Z-Bot, Bot right this second on our channel has a video of 35,000 views. Chiefs fans are saying, yo, the passion you put into your videos, the love, the all that. I get comments of like, we love when you cuss and you ring it, Rico, and the passion. This is why we get these. So they say we don't get it. I mean, this is nothing to shame on this dude. I mean,
not at all.
He felt some type of way, and he said it with his chest. Unfortunately, he was incorrect. So I'm not even gonna hate on this cat. I'm really not, because I don't know this. He's probably a good dude. I mean, but we like to keep it positive. But bro, come talk to us, man. I'm not hard to find, man. I'm sounding like Steve.
I think he's in the chat right now. Why don't we invite him on? It looks like he's in the chat right now.
He's in the chat. Yo, we got no problem.
Yeah. Why don't we bring him on? Why don't we bring him on?
Listen, Mafia chat, come through, man. Let's chat it up, man. And
yeah, for real. Because the one thing I can't let slide is the fact that I'm doing this for anything other than my love of the Buffalo Bills.
Facts.
I mean, there is a video of me crying like a newborn baby when the Bills break the drought, when the Bills end the drought. Okay, that is as embarrassing of a moment as you could possibly have, crying because Tyler Boyd propels the 9-7 at the time Buffalo Bills into the Super Bowl, into the playoffs to end a drought. That is what this team had meant to me forever. Just getting into the playoffs to lose to Blake Bortles meant the world to me. And to be called out in terms of doing this simply for a monetary gain, and then to counter that with also saying that we have no love for the Bills and it's all for the dollars, man. I got a real problem with that. And you had said in the video that you don't know us. So why would you make a video of 7 minutes in length, pretending like you do and projecting to everyone like you know our intentions? That to me is what I have an issue with. You said in the video you don't know us, and we don't know you. We would never start a problem with you. I don't know why you're trying to start something with us. But if you said you don't know us, I don't know how you can make that take. But if you have something else you'd like to say, and if you have a reason behind what you had to say, we'd love to bring you on. We'd love to talk about it.
But not today, because we got a whole lot of to talk about.
No. He's in the chat. He's in the chat. I'd love to have him pop on. I really would. Because he's saying that we're calling him out. We're not calling anybody out. You made a whole video dedicated to us. You made a whole video dedicated to us doing this for nothing but money and no love for the Buffalo Bills. And I'm supposed to just be like, whatever. I don't know. I don't understand.
If he has something to say, he can say it. But we got content. I ain't trying to bring this guy on for real, because it's gonna bring the show down, man. Let's talk some football. That's what we're here for. And hey, Mafia chat, if you in here, man, slide in, comment. Let's talk some football, and then we'll go from there, man. Anyway, let's do what we do. All right,
let's do it.
Are you into this?
Yeah.
Let's get into
Hell
this,
yeah. Hell yeah.
Man. All right. So we've been talking about it, and I feel like I want to get into. Let's get right into it, man. Pro Bowl.
Okay.
Pro Bowl. Now, some folks may feel that some guys got slighted on the Bills. You look at the Ravens got 9 Pro Bowlers on the squad. They got 9 Pro Bowlers, which some folks may say that strengthens the case for Josh to get his MVP. Josh and Dion are the sole Pro Bowlers on the Bills. Yet you got 9 Pro Bowlers on the other squad. But let's not talk about that. But we're mostly want to sit on and chat on those that didn't get it. So are you against Christian Benford and James Cook not getting in? Do they both deserve to be first ballot kind of Pro Bowlers? Or, I mean, if they're alternates, so be it. And I think the alternate's already out, and I think neither one of them got in as an alternate. I think it was maybe James Cook got it as a second alternate. But talk to me about the actual initial snub. Christian Benford first. How you feel?
Well, here's my initial issue with the whole Pro Bowl situation. What does it mean anymore? What does the Pro Bowl actually mean anymore? It used to be when you were talking about a guy getting into the Hall of Fame, for example, right? a guy getting into the Hall of Fame, what would you tally on to the speech when you were talking about how he got in? You'd bring up the team he was on, what he'd accomplished.
Yep.
And then within that accomplishment list, you would talk about the all pros, right? You would talk about whether he was a champion or not. And you would talk about Pro Bowls. That used to mean something, right? And little by little, it got watered down. And now it's gotten to the point where it's been solely essentially a fan voted. I don't even know what to call it anymore. It's essentially just a popularity contest. What's odd to me is it feels like Bills Mafia is constantly at the top of the totem pole when it comes to voting for their guys. So when I saw that there were these snubs, that was my first curiosity when it came to wondering what happened here. Because I was very confused how a guy like Joe Mixon was able to get more votes than James Cook. Because, stats aside, I just found it confusing that there would be that many more votes going to Joe Mixon's way than there would be going to a guy like James Cook's way from Buffalo. So maybe part of that is on us. And I think a lot of us probably forget that this is the way it's run now, where it's up to us essentially to propel these guys into the Pro Bowl. But is that right there, Rico? Is that not the biggest issue of all of this? That we are now creating these teams based on who gets the most hashtags on Twitter or the most, retweets or whatever. I think right there, that's a microcosm of the issue at hand with the Pro Bowl. We can no longer say, 20 years from now, when they're inducting Mahomes and Lamar and Allen, whoever, I don't know if there's any validation to saying the 5-time Pro Bowl or this and that, because does that mean anything in terms of these guys getting in? And now what has happened is we have kind of watered down all of these things into one important element, and that is MVPs, or I should say one important category, and that's just hardware. Pro Bowl is no longer hardware. MVPs and Super Bowl championships, right? Yep. That's why I've been so loud about Allen deserving one and winning one. And when everybody says, who cares about the MVP? It's all about the Super Bowl. I get that. But these are the moments in which I then go back to saying this is why the MVP matters. Because back in the day, you could have been a 10-time Pro Bowler and never made an MVP. That could have been a huge case for you making it into the Hall of Fame or something like that. Now, that's just kind of gone to the wayside, and we're only focused on very specific things. And I think it's kind of watering down how we view the game, Rico.
It does feel like it gets watered down, but more so because of social media, right? Pro Bowls meant something. I still feel that Pro Bowls do mean something now amongst other players. I personally do feel like, but you know how social media is. We watch the game, we go to the games, we buy the jerseys. We feel that, not that we were owed anything, but this is a way of saying, hey, you, the fans, we appreciate you. We're going to give you a say. So that's why it's divvied up in 3 ways, right? Players vote, coaches vote, fans vote. So that part of it doesn't bug me so much because I understand how it does feel. Now, I understand the premise, though. It does feel like it's all gimmick and who cares? It's all watered down. I don't think it's watered down because those Pro Bowls mean something for when you're trying to, become a Hall of Famer. Because sometimes your numbers are great, but you got to get those Pro Bowl nods in order to get to where you're getting, right? And all pros mean something. All pros, I think has a bit more weight than your Pro Bowls. And the Pro Bowl became a joke because you've seen it. They don't. When they did play the game, it was like, fam, like, what are we doing here? It's like NBA All-Star. They don't know what to do with the NBA All-Star because it's become.
Yes, it's a great point.
It's become just what are we doing? What are we doing? So the NFL is like, yo, the hell with all that stuff. We're just gonna name the Pro Bowlers, and that's what it's gonna be. But I still feel that it does have some merit. There's some weight behind it. Now, when it comes to choosing your Pro Bowlers, I was against it at first, to be honest with you, with who made it and who didn't. I still feel that Benford could have, with the way that he's been graded this year, I'm sure they could have found a way for him to get in there. James Cook, on the other hand, I was, how did James Cook not get it? Until I started to realize, hold on a second, let me just pull back a little. Mixon had a fantastic year. I don't know if I could put James Cook over Mixon. And their stats are very realistic. They're pretty much neck and neck. The big difference is you got 16 total touchdowns, I believe, if I'm incorrect. 16 total touchdowns by our guy. 17 touchdowns, I believe he has. 17 total touchdowns by our guy, James Cook. and you've got 11 by Mixon. Mixon missed 3 games. He missed 3 games, and he was still able to put those numbers up. So one would say, if we're really gonna call it for what it is, bro, if he played all the games, he would have been up there with the Derrick Henrys and the Saquons. I mean, not as high as these guys, but that's where I believe in that. But if you're looking at James Cook, do you feel James Cook should have been in? Did he get snubbed?
Well, so to your point, James Cook, Rico, he only played in 15 games. If you remember, James Cook missed a couple. He missed a game as well, right?
That's right.
I'm looking at it from the James Cook perspective, and to me, James Cook has been probably the most unsung. What's the best way to put this? Is the Bills' offense this year what it was without James Cook? And this is what kills me about everyone saying that, Josh Allen is like he's a QB sneak merchant. He's a 1 yard touchdown merchant, this and that. You can't have that take when you go and look at the fact that James Cook is leading in touchdowns this year while missing a game, while also factoring in that you have Derrick Henry playing at an all-time level. You got Jalen Hurts, who constantly is getting into the end zone himself at the quarterback position. We know him to be, if anybody's a QB 1 yard merchant, it's Jalen Hurts. He's leading him. Same team, of course. You got Saquon Barkley, who's in the MVP race, right?
Yep.
He's leading him. And look, when you look at all of the guys that James Cook is leading, Rico, these are guys you consider to be the best backs in the league, right? Henry, Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams, Saquon, Jahmyr Gibbs, Montgomery, Bijan Robinson, right? You got James Cook leading all of those guys, right? So here's what was confusing to me about the Joe Mixon situation. I know he played a few less games, obviously, but James Cook still had very comparable stats to him while also playing alongside of an MVP quarterback. And I think it's got to be harder to achieve those numbers, especially the touchdown category, when you do have a guy like Josh Allen who's going to eat into that. So on one hand, I do understand the voting for Joe Mixon because I think that he was a big bright spot on a Texans team this year that kind of went downward offensively. I do understand it, but it just feels like James Cook is very underrated because of Josh Allen. That's my whole point here on it being more difficult when you have a quarterback like you do in Josh Allen. Because I think if James Cook were on maybe a different team without a Josh Allen or a Mahomes or whatever, you're watching this happen right now with Derrick Henry, Rico. How much has Derrick Henry's role on the Ravens this year been downplayed in pursuit of trying to make the argument that Lamar Jackson's the MVP? So I think that these guys constantly get thrown down the stack because of the quarterback. But when you really look at it, James Cook, Rico, this is the crazy thing. You can make the argument about Joe Mixon having less games. James Cook has 43 less attempts than Joe Mixon, despite him playing 2 less games than James Cook. He has 43 less attempts, yet only 12 fewer rush yards, and he has 4 more touchdowns. So he's doing more with less opportunities. And I think that James Cook was unfortunately a casualty of the offense of the Buffalo Bills being completely represented by who number 17 is at quarterback.
It's tough, man, because and I try, and I think we should all take our bias out of it as being Bills fans and kind of look at it. And I love that you said, listen, but look at the numbers and look what, and I'm assuming Pro Bowls is strictly based on the numbers and what you mean to your squad. I don't think they look at it like you're looking at the MVP. So, I mean, Mixon, it's tit for tat, man. If it were reversed, I would be happy with it no matter what. But I think they made the right call just based on what Mixon means to that squad and him missing 3 games and almost, I think he's over 1,000 yards and he missed 3 games. So
he's just shy. He's like 20 yards shy of 1,000
20 yards. I think because I know they're really cool. I think what James Cook's at 98.
I'm sorry. Joe Mixon's only 7 yards shy of 1,000. So, but James Cook's got 980, so it's right there.
He was on the cusp. So that, I think, you know what? In a way, I see it as a silver lining, believe it or not. And I think you might agree with me in this. For those that get slighted, you can sit here and wallow, I didn't make it, or you can use that as fuel. And a guy like Josh is the type of person that will use it as fuel, right? Like, he's the most overrated player in the. Bro, all right, I'm almost overrated. Let me put this MVP on your head top, right? So these boys, like, I see this as like the more hunger, the better for when we get into the playoffs. Oh, I'm not a Pro Bowler. Let me show you what a Pro Bowler looks like come playoff time against maybe the Broncos, against, you know what I mean, the Ravens who face them next. You know what I mean? Show me. Take that anger and put it into when these playoffs come through. So that's what I'm looking at it. I mean, it's tough because I know he was heard about it. He says, man, you work your tail off to be that dude just to get passed over. And you feel it. I think this year was a year he really wanted to showcase that he was like the one guy in the backfield. I could be a bell cow back. And that's exactly what I think that he was able to do. But it just turns out that Mixon had a slightly better year. And I think the league saw it that way. The fans saw it that way. The coaches saw it that way. And so do the players. Don't forget, it's not all fan base. There's a 3-tier voting system that voted on it. So tough, but I can see how Bills fans might look at it and say, "Yo, he got snubbed. He got snubbed." Now, speaking of snubbed, Christian Benford might have a conversation to have with some folks because that boy was strictly locked down this year. Man to man, he showed he can play some man. He showed he can be a very good zone corner player and tackle. He gets in there. He's physical. I think one of our better defensive players on this team. And boy, is he going to request a heavy little bag because he's playing lights out. But what we will need, and this is what it all comes down to, and I think you might agree with me in this. This is all great. Regular season, you were that dude in regular season. But the blame always gets shifted towards the defense and if they show up or not. So all that is great, but I need that to show up once the playoffs do begin. So that's a big one for me when it comes to that. But what's your thoughts on Christian Benford not getting the nod? Is he in the same boat as James Cook, or does he have more of a case to say, "Oh, I should have made it"?
I think that Benford, once again, is a casualty of the no-name Buffalo Bills, where I think that this defense has been like this for some time, where we've constantly seen guys rise to the top, yet they're not household names. And it might be, once again, due to the fact that when you think about the Buffalo Bills, you think about their offense and you think about Josh Allen. And I said this about several guys. I think Benford's a perfect example. Terrell Bernard's another example. Matt Milano has always been the biggest example to me. He didn't really become a household name. I don't think Matt Milano is a household name. I think that the beyond, I would say this. I guess it depends on how you define household name. If you are bigger than a casual football fan, you know Matt Milano. But I think that if you are a casual football fan, you probably still are unaware of Matt Milano, right? And I think he didn't really have that notoriety that we thought he deserved until he got his all-pro nod. And I think a lot more people were starting to take notice as to what Matt Milano was to the Buffalo Bills defense. But you had him, Bernard, Benford. Teron Johnson, to me, is another one where you could argue that he's been playing the best at that position for a while now, or at least right up there. And he's another guy that I think not a whole lot of people give that credit to. This defense, I think this year in particular, because of the struggles they had down the stretch, it was hard to kind of justify, I think, pulling out guys. But I would also say that might be one more reason to give a nod to a guy like Benford. Because I think if you're missing a guy like Christian Benford, then what does this defense then become? And we know that, right? We know how big of a role that he plays. And that's why we're so excited to have a defense going into this postseason that's healthy compared to what last season was. But I've always felt that ever since Josh Allen became a Bill, if you weren't like a superstar, it was just really hard for you to get your name out there because of the superstardom that Josh Allen has propelled himself into. And so for that reason, you look at right now, by the way, Rico, just to kind of further my point here.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the top 4 corners based on the PFF grading, like Pat Surtain, that's a household name. Very likely could be the defensive player of the year, right?
Yep.
Then you have McDuffie, which I think a lot more people know because of him being a first-round draft pick by the Chiefs and then immediately exploding into being an all-pro, right? Cooper DeJean, who a rookie this year. I think a lot of people are talking about him because he just blows onto the scene and he makes an Eagles secondary that was abysmal at the end of last year into a defense now that's vying to be one of the better ones in the NFL. And then you got Benford on the outside of that at number 4. And I think you look at that list and then you understand, okay, this is why it makes a little bit more sense. But that to me is what it all comes down to. I think the Bills are oftentimes casualties of being guys that aren't necessarily those buzzworthy names that everybody's talking about on TV or radio.
It is crazy because I'm looking at the Pro Bowl roster and certain guys that made the squad. And for a team that's 13-3 right now, just having 2 Pro Bowlers is insane to me. You'd think that we'd have like at least a handful of representatives and just 2, which is absolutely wild to me. So listen, man, keep us, listen, you don't want to show us the love that some of these players should deserve. That's fine. We'll just have to prove it come playoff time. And that's what it comes down to, real talk. But Pro Bowl, I kind of feel what you're saying earlier, man. It does somewhat feel a little watered down because of all the vote for me. Come on and get
Let me ask you, do you care about it? Do you care about it?
Do you care about the Pro Bowl?
Like, do you care? Like, yeah, when you see the list come out, because to me, it's hilarious at this point. The Bills are 13-3. They have 2 Pro Bowlers. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, do you care at this point? Because this has been a common theme in Buffalo.
You know what? There was a point that I did care when I wanted one of my guys to get in because he deserved it. But then I see that vote for me, and no disrespect, Spencer Brown's like, hey man, get me in that. Vote for this, put me in that Pro Bowl. It's more for the fans, and I get it. But am I sitting here going retweet? No, definitely not. I'm not doing that. Show love to my guys because I think they're deserving. I think Deion Dawkins probably will be an All-Pro. Very deserving. Should be for sure. Should be. But for the most part, nah, man, I don't really care for the Pro Bowl too much. But I do care that it's not just fan driven. I think, and somebody made a comment earlier in the chat, I think fans water the whole Pro Bowl situation down more so than the players do. I can guarantee you that it means a whole lot to them to say, hey, I'm a 5-time Pro Bowler. I'm a 7-time Pro Bowler. Because not only are my peers voting for me, coaches are voting as well. And the fans have something to do with it as well. So do I care?
Do you have any idea how that scale's weighted though? Is that out there? Is that a known thing? How it's weighted?
Not sure on. Hold on, let me give you. I was just looking it up not too long ago. So, the 88 Pro Bowl selections are determined by the vote that includes the fans, players, and coaches. I think there was somebody. Let me just look it up because I had it and then it just kind of disappeared on me. There was a scale on how they do it, but I'll have to look at it.
Because, it's just interesting because, you got the Eagles, they have 6 players, right? You said the Ravens, they have 9. I mean, my God, Rico, you know what? If you ever wanted an argument put right in front of you as to why Josh Allen should be the MVP, he's one of the 2 Pro Bowlers, and the other one is the guy blocking for him. So I don't know. I mean, you could definitely make an argument for more for the Bills, but I think the argument right there is put in front of you where time and time again, all these Bills do are win, and they don't necessarily get the pub outside of Josh Allen, and that's good or bad. We've seen that. You just saw it as recently as a couple weeks ago. Everyone was in love with Josh Allen. He's the runaway MVP. Then he has a piss day against the Patriots. Oh, I don't know about these Bills anymore, man. I don't know about Josh Allen. So it's all 17, man. It's all him. And we've seen that throughout time too. The playoffs, Allen couldn't play any better. Oh, well, he can't beat Mahomes. Yeah, Allen's pretty good, but man, does he piss himself against the Chiefs? And it's like, dude, come on. There's no way you really believe that, but that's just the way it goes. Well, everything runs through him.
And here's the weird thing. Here's the way it goes. In what world does it ever make sense that Pat Mahomes is not a Pro Bowler?
And that's the other. Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? Like it's like I totally understand when folks are like, yo, that's a joke. But it's based on this year and how certain players are playing. You can't deny Joe Burrow. You can't deny Josh. You can't deny Lamar. Those were your 3 best quarterbacks this year, right? But it's just the way the cookie crumbles, baby. And Pat Mahomes happens not to be a Pro Bowler. James Cook, not this year, but you damn well know he's going to be knocking on that door next year for sure. I can guarantee you he's going to be a Pro Bowler next year, unless somebody comes out of nowhere, out of the AFC, and just kills it. But we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out by next year. But let this be a time where these boys can be motivated by all this. Man, I got snubbed. All right, bet. Let me show you what's good. Because that's what we want at the end of the day, right? It sucks, but away we go. The only thing I have a beef with is Zay Flowers making the Pro Bowl.
Yes, Brian Thomas Jr. not getting it. He's got like all-time rookie numbers. Oh. Yeah. But then again, I know. I know.
I was like, all right, Zay Flowers, Pro Bowler. I bet. I mean, cool. It is what it is at this point. But
I know nobody probably hated that more than Ravens fans because they're probably like, oh man, now the arguments that Lamar's got a Pro Bowler to throw the ball to and Josh Allen doesn't. You know what I mean? James Payne's coming in, by the way, Rico. He's saying Pro Bowl accolades. He goes, Pro Bowl accolades mean a ton more to the players than the fans. Pro Bowl selections have direct contract money for players. And I think that point right there, James, that should no longer be the case. If your money is then being connected to a fan vote, I mean, that probably should not be a thing. If the fans have any say in whether you're a Pro Bowler or not, your contract probably shouldn't have any tie to it. What do you think?
Oh, you're a ruthless man.
You don't think so?
I'm actually on the opposite. I'm like, that's how I do get paid. That's how I can negotiate my contract. Bro, I'm a 3-time Pro Bowler. How are you going to pay me less than a no Pro Bowler, right? To give you an example. So there's my leverage. My leverage is getting these accolades, these all pros, these Pro Bowlers, these being nominated as a Pro Bowler. Those do matter at the end of the day. And that's a great point. Financially, it matters, right? So having a little bit of say from, some of the fans to help me out, shoot, why not? I totally get it, right? But great topic nonetheless, because there are some people that are going to feel some type of way about how to touch on that subject. But yeah, man, I mean, 2 Pro Bowlers, I had expected more, but we were sitting at 2, and 2 very well deserved players that got their Pro Bowls in Josh Allen and Deion Dawkins. Deion Dawkins having a freaking hell of a year. The O-line is having a heck of a year. Connor McGovern got some love as I think a second or third alternate, which I love to see. Mm-hmm. You love to see that. I think I have the whole Pro Bowl list here. Let me see if I can kind of zoom it in for y'all to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at here for the Pro Bowl list. This is tiny as heck, but let me see if I can blow it up a little bit for y'all. Oh, that did not work out the way I wanted to. Let me see if I can help that out a little bit. It ain't working out, but if you guys can see it, if you're looking at the offensive side of the ball, where did I see Connor McGovern? I know Connor got some love. I can't see where in on that list here, or was he a second? I think these are all the starters and stuff like that. But anyway, I saw Connor get some love. I just couldn't see where.
Yeah, that's definitely the starters. I don't see the alternates on there.
Yeah, the alternates only got some love. So I mean, there is some recognition. We'll see next year. I think next year, this is where we blow up and they really start seeing what's really good with this team. Let me hit you with this question here, big man.
Sure.
So we talk about Pro Bowl. I mean, I think we've talked about MVP at absolute, like, I'm sick and tired. I mean, I don't know if you've officially done it. Did you mute Lamar, Josh Allen, all that Super Bowl and MVP talk, or?
I stuck with my word. I said I was close, but I made it this far. I'm gonna like go to the finish line. I'm gonna make it to the finish line. Keeping it on there. Keeping it unmuted. Keeping it unmuted.
All right. So earlier today, and I'm glad you brought up. I think you brought up Saquon Barkley. Was it Saquon Barkley you brought up today?
Hold on, let me just clear the air here. I wanted to say something real quick, by the way, because there's somebody in the chat right now pretending to be the Mafia Sports Report, which is so that everyone getting it on him. It's not him. Okay, it's not him. I want to clear the air. We were not calling anybody out. We were addressing us being called out and us kind of being mentioned in a way that we do not identify ourselves as. We have no beef with anyone, including Mafia Sports Report. We have no beef with anybody. But when we had saw that we were kind of called out for things that we just do not believe in, we wanted to address it. And more than anything, we wanted to just let you guys know, because that got some views, that video. We just wanted to let you guys know that for those who might have thought the same, we wanted to let you guys know where we're coming from. And that's it. We're going to drop it there. There's nothing for us to gain getting into an argument with anybody. I don't think there's anything for anyone to gain doing that. That's a troll in the chat, by the way. And I just wanted to clear the air by saying we don't have an issue with anybody. We saw that. We wanted to address you guys personally, for those who saw it, to let you know where we're coming from, because that's not how we approach things. That's not how we identify ourselves. We wish him the best of luck. We wish everybody in this damn space the best of luck. When Rico was starting to do this, man, he was sitting on a Facebook Live, on his kitchen chair talking about the Bills. Everyone's doing.
I think I have 12 people watching me. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yo, salute to the chat.
I mean, that's just,
Yeah.
so we always are supporting everyone because this
Yeah,
is, at the end of the day, we've always come down to one thing. We're all fans of the Buffalo Bills, man. We all love it. That's why we never understood why there's a point in calling people out or doing that, because I don't get why there's infighting. I never have understood that. I don't get it. We're all a fan base, man.
It's not even fun. I like dealing with more like trolls from the other team. I mean, that's a lot more entertaining for me.
No, see, I love that. But what I love the most is I love the it goes from trolls to, because you mentioned it earlier. So the video you mentioned earlier, the most viewed video of the year. What do you know? It was me crying about the Chiefs for 3 hours. Right. But what I've loved about that is how many, like Arrowhead Nation, how many of these guys have we got to come in here that are intelligent and bipartisan Chiefs fans that we could then have conversations about a variety of different things with. So I love it because, like you just said, Rico, that's one of my favorite things. But then you kind of branch out and you get to see other sectors of fan bases and whatnot. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Of course. That's the way it is, man. I mean, listen, but if they say Bot's not fired up, man, here it is. No passion. Bot sounds pretty passionate to me. He's ready to roll.
That's just what killed me. It's just I look, at the end of the day, we get a million comments all the time. Rico and I read them. We get a laugh at it, man. When we see him, some people, I'll never forget. Someone told me when I first started on this channel that they had to turn on a video about the Holocaust just so they could stop listening to my voice. That was one of the first comments I had ever gotten on one of my videos. People are going to hate this shit, and that's fine. How many shows out there do you just hate? And that is easily going to be the case for us, for people as well. Not everything is for everybody. That's why it's great that there's so many different outlets. So we get all the time people not liking us or not liking the show or whatever. That's totally fine. I just didn't appreciate, the idea that I don't love the Bills, but I love coming on here and apparently raking it in. That's not the case at all. That is just not the case.
Say it with your chest, baby. You said it with your chest, man. You good.
Yeah.
You good. That's the way we're looking. So wait, let's say this with our chest, folks. When we were talking about earlier, and I'll bring it up. Saquon Barkley, wife today was talking about Saquon Barkley, and it got me thinking. If you have an opportunity, and I got to bring this up, and I want everybody to jump in on this. So there was this mini quarrel between Eric Dickerson, not even Saquon per se, because I don't think Saquon's even in this, but more Shady McCoy and people surrounding the situation. And there's a record that could be broken right now. The rushing record could be broken this following game if the Eagles allow Saquon Barkley to play. Now, it all fans out to this, and I want your thoughts on this. He's playing the Giants. He's got 100 yards to go. The Eagles apparently are shutting him down, which is pissed off, okay? You can go against a team that decided to think that you ain't ish. Go ahead and try to find your contract, and when you do, come back to us, and we'll see if we want to match it. Man, F you is what he pretty much said. Anyway, I bring this up because the wifey was watching. She's like, did you see this? Asking if I saw it. Did you see this? Did you see him? He jumped backwards over a guy and hurdled him. That's insane. And I was like, yeah, it is insane. And I started to get into it, right? Into it with her. So I ask you this. Should the Eagles allow him to get the 100 yards? And is Eric Dickerson being a hater by saying, no, I don't want you to break my record? How do you feel about those people that have a record that's standing and this whole records are meant to be broken? And they're like, nah, bro, I don't want you to break my record. I got that. I don't want you to break it, so on and so forth. So a couple questions in there. Should Saquon be allowed to play and get that damn record? And should guys just be okay with, hey, man, that's the part of the game, man. Records are meant to be broken. If this young guy can get the record, go ahead and get that. I support it. Or are you like, nah, bro, you ain't getting my record. I don't want it, and I stand on that. How you feel about it?
So let's start with that. Let's start with talking about that specific topic, the record holder.
Yes.
Then talking about the current person who's in position to break the record. Luckily for us, we just had two examples of this. We had an example of Saquon Barkley being in position to break Eric Dickerson's record.
Yep.
We had Ashton Genty be in position to break Barry Sanders' collegiate record. And we had two different approaches to it by the two current record holders. Eric Dickerson flat out said, no, I don't want him to break that record. That's my damn record. You had Barry Sanders go out saying, I'm rooting for Genty. I'm rooting for him to break the record. Now, if it wasn't for my Nittany Lions standing in the way the other day in the Fiesta Bowl, he would have had that record. But unfortunately, Penn State had to do it to him, had to limit him, had to win it to move on to the semifinal. I understand both approaches, Rico. There's something about Dickerson's that I love because it reemphasizes the competitive nature that we are losing year after year in this league. Eric Dickerson has a 40-year-old record. 40 years old, Rico. That is 13 years longer than I've been on this earth. That's how long this man's held that record. Hell no, I wouldn't want someone to break it. Hell no. That is my record. When you think about the rushing record, you think about Eric Dickerson. When you think about Eric Dickerson, you think about one of the best to tote the rock. I appreciate the honesty. I do. Because there's got to be people out there who hold these records who feel the same way as Eric Dickerson, but say, man, no, I'm rooting for him. Records are meant to be broken. I think RG3 just kind of said that about what Jaden Daniels just did. He broke his rookie record for rushing yards, I believe, right? I get, and by the way, I'm not saying that RG3 wasn't meaning of what he was saying, now, nor am I saying that Barry Sanders wasn't meaning of wanting Genty to break it. But I appreciate Dickerson being transparent and saying, hell no, that is my damn record. And I get it. Like, people want to hate on him. That's fine. But the man earned it. And if you're willing to just give it up, then I gotta question whether or not you actually mean that. That's why I appreciate the willingness to go out and say, hell no, I don't want him to break it. But on the other end, I do appreciate guys like Barry Sanders being like, man, I've had this record for a long time. It's great to see one of these new guys come in and just go off the way I did and have an opportunity to beat it. So I do understand both sides of it, Rico. I wonder what I would do. I guarantee you if I were Dickerson, I would probably take the high road. I know I would, just because I feel like I wouldn't like being perceived as someone who is bitter about their record being broken. But I'll be honest. I'm being 100% honest with you right now. I would say that I'm rooting for him, but deep down, man, I wouldn't want him to break it. I wouldn't want him to break it. And so for that reason, Rico, I am very appreciative of the honesty of Dickerson. I don't think he should be clowned for it, because I think a lot of us probably would feel the same way.
Here's the thing. I love what you said, the competitive nature in it. Like, I don't want you to be my record. Yeah. I worked my tail off for that thing. So no, I don't want you young, whippersnapper butt to take my record. But here's where things get a little shaky. Dickerson got the record with an extra game. So he's all sitting here going, I don't want you to be my record. Boy, OJ did it in 14. You did it in 15. And now you hating because Saquon got an extra game. And no, bro, that's the name of the game has changed. And even more, I'll take it a step further. Back then when Dickerson was playing ball, it wasn't a pass-happy league the way it is now. So it's even more impressive that a Saquon Barkley can get 2,000 yards in a pass-happy league, man. This is the age where they're hating on the running back, not wanting to pay the running back. They're putting two backs in the backfield. So gone are the days where you truly have a one back that can do it all. And the game has changed so much. So you should be applauding this brother so much more about, man, this is about to break my record, and he's doing it in a passing league, and he's doing this while these quarterbacks are going for almost 5,000 yards a day. Bro, it used to be a thing to pass for 4,000 yards, let alone 5. And these boys are able to do it, 2,000 yards rushing in this economy. Yo, you better get up and stand up and say, yo, if you can break that record, man, go ahead and break that record. Furthermore, it makes people talk about you even more. Yo, Eric Dickerson, man, look, back then in that era, this is how it was then, and Saquon just beat the record, but you crushed. It just would have made way more sense for more love to be shown than the competitive nature. But I also love the competitive nature because there's not enough of that now. Everybody's kumbaya. I mean, everybody's high-fiving. Hey, let's work out together. Let's do that. I need that competitive edge. So I kind of like it, but that other side I had to show it. So it's one of those things. I hope the Eagles allow him. I hope they change their mind and say, yo, jump in there and get it. But it seems as though they might just say, yo, just chill out, young buck. We're going to wait till the playoff time. Hate that part. What are your thoughts on that part? The sitting part where he can poetic justice to go against the Giants.
I hate that you're not letting him do it. I hate it. You want to talk about the definition of removing the competitiveness from the game, in my opinion, Rico? Where do I begin with this? Because it's tough to make it seem like it's not selfish while also trying to make it seem like it. I'm trying to toe the line between the team-oriented game and then the selfish element of the game, I suppose. Because we tend to forget that there is a lot of selfishness involved in this league for a good reason. Whether that be taking the most amount of money you can because you only have a certain amount of time to be able to make that money, right? Actually, or you go to a different team because you just don't like the fit of where you're currently at. So you move on to a different team or whatever. It is a team game. There is no bigger team sport in the country than football. I think that's why people resonate with it so much. I think that's why it's the most viewed sport by a large margin every single year. But there are very rare times where there are individual accolades that I feel like need to be celebrated as opposed to put down in the pursuit of, hey, we need him healthy for the playoffs, or hey, it's a team game. We got our eyes on one prize only, and that's the Super Bowl. Let me phrase it like this to you, Rico. Since Eric Dickerson broke this record back in 1984, how many different Super Bowl winners have there been? I don't know the number offhand, but it's been at least 10 plus, right? It's been at least 10 plus.
Probably.
How many have broken the record, Rico? 0. Statistically, when you think about it, there's 32 teams in the NFL. How many running backs since 1984 have played the position at a high level? Hundreds? Couple hundred that have played the position at a high level? I'm not saying at a Hall of Fame level, but at a high level, right? A lot. When you think about the odds of breaking this record as opposed to the odds of winning the Super Bowl, it is significantly more difficult to break the single season rushing record than it is to win the Super Bowl. And winning the Super Bowl is one of the hardest things you can possibly do in all of sports. This individual accolade is on the line for him in week 18, where he only needs a little over 100 yards, and it's against his former team. I would have less of a problem with it, Rico, if they didn't run him 31 times a week ago. How can you justify wanting to sit him and preserve health if a week prior in a game where you won 34-7 against the banged up Cowboys, how do you justify running him 31 times in that game and then in the same week say we're preserving his health, we're valuing his health? To me, it's contradictory. I understand they wanted to get him to 2,000, but he had 2,000 going into the fourth quarter, and I think he still ran it a couple of times too many in comparison to what you might think they would do in pursuit of wanting to keep him healthy. The ability to break this record, Rico, this is a once in a multi-generation opportunity. And I just feel like every single week, Rico, these guys go out and put their body on the line, and to not allow Saquon the opportunity to go and do this week is a little bit contradictory to me, because why all of a sudden is health the priority here? The guy's been running over people all year long. Give him the chance. I just feel like when you are at the doorstep of something that does not come around often at all, you should be given the chance and you take the consequences that come with it. I mean, I know that might sound a little bit selfish, but man, this is a once in a multi-lifetime opportunity that I think is just kind of being put by the wayside, Rico, because maybe he could get hurt.
You know what? And maybe he could stub his toe tomorrow and break his pinky toe and he can't play. Like,
exactly.
You don't know if he doesn't wake up the next day, the good Lord might say, you know what? Your time is up. You coming with me, right? So let that brother play, man. He's still a young buck. There's no load management. Let that brother play and get it, because he could get hurt the next day, right? In walkthroughs where he felt somebody kick him in the back of and all of a sudden he tore his Achilles. I'm not putting it out there. I'm just saying, let that brother play. It's good for the NFL. It's good for views. You can even flex the game just to see him get that record. There's only been 12 runners that have got it. OJ.
Is it even that many?
I mean, I'm thinking OJ in 73.
Okay.
Dickerson in 84. Then the next guy was Barry Sanders in 97.
This is the 2,000 yard mark, right?
Right. 2,000 yard mark, 2,053 yards. It was OJ with obviously he did it 2,003 yards in 1973 for crying out loud. Then Dickerson came up and killed it with 2,100 yards. Then Barry came in and says, you know what, let me hit that 2,000 yards in 1997. This is where this league was more balanced. And what, Scott Mitchell was his freaking quarterback at the time? Golly, give me a break. Then Terrell Davis, 98. Jamal Lewis did it in 03. I remember that year, right? Chris Johnson in 06. So you had 03, 09, 2012, Adrian Peterson, Derrick Henry 2020, and you got Saquon Barkley. Fam, 3, 6, 9 players. 9 players. Yo, let that brother get
Think about that. Man. Think about that. 9 players in 40 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let that brother 10. Saquon's the 10th. So let that brother get it. Man. Let that brother get it. That's the way I look at it.
I just look at, you don't know what's going to happen. And this is once again back to my argument for wanting Allen to win the MVP. Mm-hmm. You don't know what you can only control what you can control. You don't know what happens if you go into the playoffs. And Allen, like the 13-second game is the perfect example. Have you seen a better performance by a quarterback just to have it be in a losing effort? Like you haven't. And that was no indictment on Allen. The Eagles, in all likelihood, Rico, could play the Green Bay Packers in round 1. Because of how good the North is.
Yep.
They could waltz out there and lose. And then you lose the rushing title and you don't go all the way. I understand it's all about the team and winning the chip. I mean, no one wants that more than me, but I'll tell you right now, if this was James Cook, I personally, as a Bills fan, would be really upset about him not having the opportunity to go and break it. I really would. Because I think that's something that lasts a lifetime that the fans can hang on to forever.
I would absolutely do the same. So like right now, Josh Allen has the ability to take a snap so he can continue his streak record. I mean, we talked about the streak record. It was insane. Like Brett Favre had like 300 plus games, including playoffs, like probably not going to ever be touched. Right. But I don't think if it is going to get touched, Brett Favre is going to have some type of way about it. He's like, yo, good for you. That means you had a great career. Neither here nor there. Josh Allen is going to, and he says, I care about it. McDermott's like, yo, you can probably get a snap in. Maybe hand it off. I don't know what they're going to do. Or maybe let him get a series in. Who knows? But out you go. But it matters. So let that brother get the record, man. Sirianni, quit hating, man. Get that boy in there and get that love, man. That's the way I look at it. But we can move on to other topics that I wanted to hit on. And we can get into league awards. I don't know if you want to get into that topic now.
Sure. Real quick. Super chat coming in. Let's get to a couple of super chats, actually. We got Matt, the video coming in, our man. He's saying, love the streams, but also if you see any Mafia Sports Report commenting mean stuff, it's not them. They just responded about this in their own stream, but keep up the good work. Much love and go Bills. Thanks, Matt. We did address that, and I'm glad we didn't respond to any of the things that was said by whoever that was initially because they were saying some ridiculous stuff. But once again, just to put a bow on it, there's no beef with anybody. We just, we didn't appreciate the way that we were kind of being portrayed, and we just wanted to let you guys know that that's not what we are, and that was the end of that. You know what I mean, Rico?
I'll even say this, man. I remember, I think it was who was I streaming with? I think I was streaming with Joe. The voice, Joe, right? And Joe Miller, my guy, Joe Miller. Anyway, and I think when we started streaming, when Joe was with Buffalo Fanatics, and he was, dude, like, it's crazy how are you able to do your show, read your notes, and talk about what you need to talk about, and also look at the questions and I'm like, it's really tough to do, but you manage it. You manage it and you try to scan as much as you can and try to jump in and interact and so on and so forth. But it's tough. It's a tough one. But
I will say, to your point, Rico and I have had several conversations off camera about this because we hate the fact that we can't get to all the different topics coming up in the chat so frequently. We've been brainstorming about maybe in the future having a show where that's all we do is that we just sit and take your chats, because if we come in after game day or after a big game and we just sit and read chats, like we can't, then it's not a show. And this is the point that, I think a lot of people make that it's lost sometimes, but like, if you have a sponsor or something like that, this is how the channels keep running and stuff. You watch TV, you watch you're listening to your podcast or your radio. They all have these little things, right? And that's nice to keep things going, and it allows us to, get a better streaming software or whatever. Allow Rico to finally upgrade his computer after a decade, right, or whatever. When you get a sponsor, maybe every now and then. But at the end of the day, it's all about. I mean, the stories we have from you guys. I mean, it's unbelievable. and it's our favorite aspect of it. And that's why we've talked about that before, because that would be a lot of fun to have a show dedicated to that, because you guys probably don't realize, but you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, if we talk about one thing, there'll be 15 chats saying, can we talk about something else? And if we're talking about that thing, there'll be 15 chats saying, can we talk about something else? So one of these days, I think we're going to get around to doing a show where that's what we do, because, I mean, we would love to do it. It's just tough to do it, like you just said, Rico, and have a show at the same time.
No question. I got a super chat coming in from Signified Knows. What up, Sig? He goes, try blaming Lamar for his ish playoff performance. Meat writers have every excuse in the book for everyone but Lamar. Of course they do. That's just what it is. It's funny. There was Peter Schraver had something to say earlier today. I don't know if you saw that, but I'll jump into that in a little bit.
I did not.
James Payne. What up, James?
Hit it.
Appreciate you, James Payne, for showing some love. I hope that's okay with I'm teasing. Anyway, show some love. I appreciate you, man. Always, we always do, man. Here comes another super chat from my man, Richie Fresh. What up, Rich? What a Friday night so far, man. BF the best. Hit the horn. Let's hit that for you, man. All right, so let me ask you.
Hold on, we got one more. We got Zoomer coming in. He's saying, is that Tyler Dunn? I don't know. But maybe we're getting our Tyler Dunn episode, Rico, where we get called out a bit and we become better. We become better. Maybe that's what we needed, just like the Bills last year. Signified saying, Z-Bot, box that fool. Listen, you don't want me boxing anybody. It's Signified. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that. I got two hands. I don't know. I can't do much with them, Rico. I can type on the computer about as well as anybody, but that's about as far as I can put these hands to use. That's for sure. Cody's saying, please read this. Don't steal my money. Can y'all hop on with P on live stream? Last game. Why not? What's live on P? What's P? Oh, with Pierre. Listen, we would, but I don't think you guys realize, man, Pierre's got he's got his own crazy setup. I don't even know if we would be able to do it. He's got his own crazy thing going on. He uses his own software. He's got his graphics and stuff. That would be fun, though. You want to know what my biggest issue would be, though, Rico, with that? Is our streams would probably be all over the place, and we would just be killing each other because one person saw it before the next person.
I will say this, though. It was actually making me laugh because we get a lot of love from folks saying, yo, your dances on game time is what really, gets the blood flowing and gets them really happy. I was thinking to myself, you know what? We should add just a random person to jump in and dance with us real quick, and then we boot them off, right?
And just bring another one in.
So Pierre might be the next one in, and then all right, next game we just get to keep it rolling, keep the wins coming, and I'd love to see it. Pierre's got to be the next one that jumps in. So if it's not going to be just the two of us, it might be Pierre jumping in on the bottom.
I'm dying to see what Pierre's got for the Fanatics crew with our boy Mitch out there on Sunday. I wonder how many shots he's taking, if any. I'm dying to see it.
Money Mitch is going to be lighting things up, man. Money Mitch is going to be lighting things up. Well, hold on. Before we get into awards, we might as well get into the game that's coming this week, right?
Sure.
Money Mitch is going to be starting. They're going to have 3 starting quarterbacks on the roster. It's going to be Mike White. He just got elevated to the active squad. Then you're going to have our guy Money Mitch that's going to be taking over right after our guy, obviously, Josh Allen takes a couple snaps, if just a single snap, just to get that streak to continue. Now, what are you looking? I mean, I don't even know what to add. Not what are you looking for, but who do you want to see and get a better look at in this game? Because it's going to be a lot of reserves, right? Unfortunately, O-line's going to be playing because obviously we don't have many, but we can sprinkle some reserve guys in there. But what are you going to be looking for in this upcoming game against these? Because there's some implications. Some folks are saying, yo, I think we should just lose this game because there's more things that we could deal with on the end. Because if we win the game, it gives the Patriots the number 1 pick for sure. Lose it, they drop down, and they don't get the generational player. I mean, some folks are looking at it differently. How do you see it? How do you see it on how we play it and the result of the game? Does it matter? Should it matter? Should we tank it, win it, and just go with a 14-win season? Because that'll be the best season we've had in a long time. What are your thoughts?
You're not going to see me upset if the Bills lose on Sunday. I guess that's probably the best way to put it.
Okay.
Because on what planet would I want the Patriots getting a number 1 overall pick in any capacity? I don't care who it is. I know the common narrative out there right now is, well, they already have their quarterback. Right. So why would I want them to continue to get assets to build around their quarterback? You're going to catch me with no, like, you're not going to see me coming on here like you saw me last year after the Broncos game, or like you saw me after every Chiefs game in the postseason come on here with my head hung down to my knees. With that said, though, the Bills win, and that's 14 wins. And I think that's the most in franchise history in the regular season. So I think you got two things to root for here on both sides. I got to be honest. I really, there's, how awful is this to say? It's going to pay me to say it. I'd have to lean Rico like 60-40, me wanting the Bills to just kind of lose this one in an entertaining fashion. I would love to see the Patriots play themselves out of the number 1 overall pick. I would, because I just feel like back to like talking about things in the sport that are meaningless. This is why I thought it was meaningful for Saquon to break the record. This game is extremely meaningful for the New England Patriots. And it's extremely meaningless for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just the way that it is. I mean, this game, think about it like this from your own perspective as you're watching us right now. Think about this game upcoming this week. Are you even thinking about this game, or are you thinking about who those Bills playing next week in the wild card? And when's that game going to be? That's what you're thinking about right now.
It's
so
exactly
if the Patriots, yes, Rico. So if the Patriots win their way out of a number 1 overall pick, you're not going to catch me upset. The one thing I'm looking for, though, this weekend, Rico, I'd love to see the Bills break that record of most players catching a touchdown pass. I know that is high on their priority list throughout practice this week, trying to find who's going to be that 14th guy to catch a pass.
Who's it going to be?
I don't know. I'd love to see it be a lineman. Kind of like they've done with Dion in the past. They did it with Kyle Williams once, I believe, back in the day, right? Getting them into the end zone. I would love to see something creative once they get down into the red zone to get a guy a score. Do you have a guy in mind?
I got a guy in mind, and I know I have a guy in mind. I know what the play is going to be, and it's very doable, right? Like, it's not going to be gimmicky. It's going to be Reggie Gilliam. How do you not give it to Reggie? Reggie he was a bigger part of this offense a couple years ago. He's been relegated to strictly special teams and a couple plays here and there. He can play the fullback position, can play the tight end position. Bro, give me a shovel pass to Reggie Gilliam in the red zone, right on the goal line. There goes your 14th, receiver to catch a football for a touchdown. Give me Reggie Gilliam, the sledgehammer himself. I like him getting the odds. I don't know what my Bet US odds are, but I'd love to see what
that's
the Bills
a great choice. Because it's very doable, right? It's very doable.
Who else is on the list? Who hasn't caught it? How crazy is that? Who hasn't caught a touchdown pass yet?
Let me take a peek here just to see, because that's the question. Honestly, like that's the question. The Gilliam pull, Rico, I think that is about as good of a choice as you could have made right there.
That's right, Walter. Pro Bowl alternate Gilliam to you, sir. He's right. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, well, Curtis.
Like you,
yeah, no, I think
I'm trying to think who hasn't. I mean, Shavers has got his.
Yeah.
If we bring up Virgil, maybe try to get Virgil in there, but I mean, I think he's at his cap. Wait, is Virgil back? Oh yeah, he's back in the practice squad.
How about a pitch off and then a throwback to Mike White or Trubisky into the end zone?
Oh, like a Philly special.
Yeah.
Something like that, huh?
Or just like I said, something with a lineman. Like we've seen Dawkins do it.
Kind of like it.
Something like that could be fun.
They've been so I wonder if they'll get Tylen Grable in there. Tylen Grable is one of those athletic tackles that we have, that he's athletic enough that he could probably get out and run a route. But Deion Dawkins catching a football would be sweet too.
Yeah, of
course. I would just tag off it. So
how much do you think he plays? Like, a whole lot? Probably not.
Who knows, man? Virgil, Davidson. I think Davidson can't get called up. From what I understand, I think he can't get called up only because I think he's been called up his limit. They've already
that they were already kind of worried about maybe not even getting Mike White elevated because they can only elevate so many.
Right. So
but Zoomer's coming in like, look, I'll be the one to go in there and catch one for the boys. I'll go run a slant.
What? No, I'm throwing you a 9. Go deep. You got wheels.
You're hitting me on the post. The post pattern.
No, I'll give you a 9. Just give me straight. I don't want you to.
You want me to run all verticals, all 4 verticals?
That's it, man. Just
by the time
inside shake, hit that 9. Go.
If that play started at the 1, Trubisky would be sacked on 3 different downs by the time I reached the 50.
He gassed.
You would have to give me like, you'd have to fake everything to the right, and then I'd have to like sneak onto the field off the sideline. You'd have to run 10 out there, Rico, and then I'd have to like run in off the sideline. What's my 40? Dude, I don't even
you run under
know.
6. You run under 6.
Hell no.
You can run under 6. I'll give you that. You can run under 6.
Man, I haven't ran
5'9".
I'm trying to think the last time I ran a dead sprint. Probably when my cat got loose is the last time I ran a dead sprint, and that was difficult. I bet you if you did that once a day, let the cat out, had to chase it to get back in, I bet you you'd be in shape real quick. Real
quick. I'll tell you that much. But I think he runs under 6, man. I think you can run under 6 for sure.
I mean, we might have to do it. We might have to do it one of these times.
Get your clock. I'll hand clock you. I won't do electronic. Hand clock.
No, you need to do it in a way that's definitely going to be beneficial to me.
Absolutely, I got you.
In some capacity.
My man said, yo, you're going to pull a hammy, man. That hammy's coming off.
No doubt about it. You know what I find interesting, though, Rico? And this is odd. I don't know how you feel, but like some of these games, for instance, like this week coming up, this just goes to show you like why you might not want the Patriots to get the number 1 overall pick. Because despite the fact that there's vast knowledge out there that the Bills will not be playing their starters, the Bills right now are a 3-point road favorite against the Patriots. So despite the fact that they're not playing their starters, they're a 3-point road favorite. And to give you context on that, the Chiefs are not playing their starters, and they're a 10.5-point road dog. So This just goes to show you the Patriots are considered 3 points worse at home than the Bills JV team. This might be why you might not be all that upset if the Bills lose on Sunday, because do you really want that team getting one more significant piece to being competitive? Because based on this, I mean, that's crazy, Rico. The fact that the Bills JV team is a favorite like that on the road. And mind you, this is coming off of a game where the Bills full squad only beat those Patriots by 3.
I'm sitting here not even like to be straight honest. Who cares? Who cares? It's one of those situations where it's like just get out of there as healthy as you possibly can, and away we go. And let's get some good play. I will say this though, there was some news that came out that I was not thrilled about, which comes off the super chat of John DeFazio. All right. And John, I appreciate your super chat because this is a topic that I wanted to hit on, and I'm disappointed. I don't like it, but things happen for a reason. Anyway, so it goes, can we speak on the wild card for a minute? All right. For minutes, especially the defense. The one player that popped last week finally was Matt Milano. Watched his tape. He's back. Matt Milano graded well PFF. I can see that he was a lot more active, twitchy. You know what I mean? Getting in there. And he's always been a physical dude. Everyone knows that. He's always been not afraid of contact whatsoever. Nasty, gritty type player. And maybe that game last week was the one to get him over that rust hump, if you will. And maybe we'll get that version of Matt Milano we've been asking for, which then makes me break into this one, by the way. And DeFazio, appreciate that super chat, because is Matt Milano back? I hope he is. Why I hope he is? Because it turns out Terrell Bernard is day-to-day or week-to-week. I listen, we've been waiting for that combination of player to be together healthy. And we finally somewhat to start to get it. And now here comes Bernard. And remember, Bernard missed playoff last year, which made AJ Klein be the guy that we had to lean on and depend on. So at least we have like a week to kind of prepare ourselves and see if he's there. I hope he's more on the day-to-day side. According to Thydoc, he thinks he's more day-to-day and he will play. But if we don't see any of Terrell Bernard, maybe it's a week-to-week thing, and it really sucks because now you're having Milano and obviously Williams Dorian Williams get out there. How did you feel when you saw the news of like, injury, Bernard? of all play? Were you discouraged or be like, nah, man, it's day to day. He'll be fine.
Well, of course you're discouraged knowing that what you just said is exactly what we've all felt. That's what we want going into the playoffs. It felt like last year that missing piece was certainly in the middle of the field at the linebacker position. Now, granted, we do have, I think, more at our disposal this year should that end up being an issue. I think we have better depth than we went into the playoffs with last year. But that was the key piece that we were hoping we were going to see throughout the year here, and we really haven't been able to see it much at all. And that was Milano being paired up with Bernard. So I'm hopeful in the idea of him being able to play. But I also do think in the wild card round, should you not be able to play, you'd have to think that you would be able to go in the divisional. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, that's a guaranteed win. Right. But based on the way it's labeled, you'd have to think that when it's going to be at its most necessary point, probably would be good to go. But you just said it, Rico. I mean, that was the whole thing that that was the big what if last year. That was the what if. Like, what if they just had one of these guys out there? The idea of having both makes you feel a lot better about the Bills' chances compared to what it was last year. So it's all you can hope for. And I agree with the Milano situation. That's why I wasn't ready to sit here and say I'm done with Matt Milano, because
That's right. You were saying that.
I'm of the mindset like, man, when it's all on the line, Matt Milano is going to be that guy that's going to give you 150%, man. And when that guy's playing full go, but if we can have him out there with Bernard, man, that is exactly what you hoped you had last year. That was exactly what you thought might have been the difference compared to how the season ended. And
you're absolutely right. And this is where Mike, the Buffalo, my Buff 716, Big Mike says, yo, Matt Perino, so from Rochester, I think it was Rochester, New York. Matt Perino said Bernard was flying around at practice. So nothing to worry about, fellas. All right, listen, that's exactly what I wanted to hear, because Coach did say day to day, potentially week to week, but I know Coach is very mum on certain things. He doesn't like to really give out details. So he's more of like, hey, we'll take it week to week, day to day. So I'm glad he was flying around, because that's exactly what we need. We need that. We need them boys healthy as ever. Speaking of health, we might be entering the playoffs the healthiest. You got me speaking with the damn lips. Where did that come from? The hell? Anyway, this might be the one time that the Bills are coming in the healthiest they've been ever this year. How great would that be for the defense to finally say, okay, everybody is healthy, everybody's juiced up, ready to roll. All right, let's go. Do we got a little bit more juice from Von Miller? Cool. All right, we fortified the line. We got Dwayne Smoot back. Like, a lot of the depth players that we once lost are now back and have returned. This is good. DeMar Hamlin will, surprisingly, I'm saying DeMar Hamlin, but DeMar Hamlin should be back in time. We've got some really good looks from obviously Cole Bishop, and he's done really well, by the way. Mm-hmm. So that might be interesting. We might see a lot more of that trio in there. Cole Bishop, Hamlin, Taylor Rapp. But yo, from what everything seems like, everybody's gonna be ready, healthy, ready to go. And I'll tell you, man, we talk about Rams being a dangerous team. I say, man, the Bills, before that silly loss to the Rams, bro, we were one of the most dangerous teams coming in. I still feel that we are a very dangerous team. Aren't you? Like, I mean, I'd be silly to ask, aren't you excited about that? But dude, how nice is it going to be that we're not having to worry about, oh, we're going into the wild card, we're banged up, and nah, bro, we're going in healthy. Let's kick some damn ass and let's roll right to the Super Bowl. How great is it to have these guys ready and prepared to potentially face Broncos? We'll get into that next. Then maybe most likely facing the Ravens, most likely facing the Chiefs. Like, that's the path. The path to the Super Bowl. Broncos, that is a path. Ravens, Chiefs. And if things don't work out the way we think they will, and there's a subtle ruffle in the and you know what? Let me just bring it up right now. We might as well talk about it. Let us talk about it right this second, because it may be the Bengals. The Bengals might end up being the 7th seed if things work out the way they're supposed to work out. So Bengals, Ravens, Chiefs, what a path to the Super Bowl that would be. But would you want it any other way? Crazy. I don't see the Bengals getting in. I think it's going to be Denver. You think it's Denver?
I'm like 99% sure it's going to be Denver. Yeah. Because all Denver has to do is
Buffalo Fanatics, what's going on? This is Pierre the Kingpin, and I wanted to talk to you today about Cigars International, which is the ultimate destination for premium homemade cigars. Known as the industry leader, Cigars International offers the largest selection, unbeatable prices, and a customer service experience that's second to none. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned vet, Cigars International makes enjoying cigars easy, approachable, and fun. Cigars International is the go-to retailer for all things cigars, with the biggest selection of premium homemade cigars available anywhere. Cigars International offers unbeatable deals and discounts, making it easy to stock up on your favorite or try something new without breaking the bank. With fast free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence knowing that Cigars International stands behind every order. They have good relationship with vendors that helps provide great low prices. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned pro, Cigars International makes it easy to find the right cigar with helpful guides, staff reviews, and expert advice. It's not just about cigars. Cigars International also offers a wide range of accessories and more to elevate your smoking experience. Check out the great deals every day at cigarsinternational.com. That's cigars, CIGARS, international.com. Use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply. Again, use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply.
If you're a custodial supervisor at a local high school, you know that cleanliness is key, and that the best place to get cleaning supplies is from Grainger. Grainger helps you stay fully stocked on the products you trust, from paper towels and disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Plus, you can rely on Grainger for easy reordering, so you never run out of what you need. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Time. It's always vanishing. The commute, the errands, the work functions, the meetings, selling your car. Unless you sell your car with Carvana. Get a real offer in minutes. Get it picked up from your door. Get paid on the spot. So fast, you'll wonder what the catch is. There isn't one. We just respect you and your time. Oh, you're still here? Move along now. Enjoy your day. Sell your car today.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
beat the Chiefs backups, and the Bengals have to have Miami lose to the Jets, and it's looking like Tua's not going to play. And I just think the Jets, I watched that game between the Browns and the Dolphins last week without Tua, man. It was just because the Browns were just that much worse with what's his name there at quarterback?
Winston?
No. Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Oh,
DTR.
yeah. DTR.
They could not do anything. I mean, they literally couldn't do anything.
No.
So I think it's gonna. I have convinced myself already it's gonna be Denver. But you seem like you think there could be a shakeup here.
There could be, and we'll get into it just a little bit. But Walter's been banging this drum at least the last 6 to 7 weeks, at least, and he has been on. Bro, we always ask and demand more from Dorian Williams and Bernard and obviously Matt Milano coming in. Bro, put the pressure on where the pressure needs to be, and that's on the D line. So Walter comes in and says, I swear, no team goes into every season expecting more from their linebackers than McDermott and these McDermott Bills, right? In a league about the trenches, we're talking about linebackers needing to step up instead of the DL every year. He's pretty much getting on his Allen Iverson. We talk about linebackers. Are we really talking about linebackers? We should be talking about the trenches. And he's right. And what we always we always tend to lack when we head into the playoffs is we didn't get enough pressure on the quarterback. I can't. The game that stands out to me the most is when we played the Bengals and we absolutely got whooped. We did not put any pressure on Joe Burrow whatsoever. He sat there and delivered. He did everything he wanted to do. Joe Mixon ran all over us. We got pushed around. So the trenches, they're going to have to step up. They're going to have to be the reason defensively that we get to the Super Bowl. They've got to do their job. They've got to create pressure. They've got to create havoc. They got to do all that. So, Walter, I'm with you, bro. I'm on board, brother. I'm on board, man. I got to give that to my man, Walter. I got another super chat coming in from James Mountain, man. What up, James? What up, Mr. Kehoe? He comes in and says, this might be my favorite show ever. Just being Bot's emotional reaction. Just seeing Bot's emotional reaction to being called fake is all the proof you need to see he's not. Yo, Bot, are you a fraud? You're not a fraud, are you?
I hope not. I hope not. I try not to be. I don't think so. No, especially when it comes to my Bills, man. It's funny. The other day I was at a wedding and some guy that I know, I haven't seen him in forever. He's a Bills fan. And all night long, he's just going around. Hey, guess what? I'm a bigger Bills fan than him. That's what he kept saying. And I know he was joking, but man, I hated it.
Knock it off, man.
Yeah, it's like, knock it off. No, yeah. But we appreciate it, James, obviously. No, that's why I was so like taken back by it. Like once again, if you don't like the show, whatever, that's fine by us. Man, to have the fandom called out, dedicating your life to these guys, man, that's tough.
Yeah. And it's not like we getting paid thousands, millions to do this.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
He's like, yo, get off the damn thing because you got kids to come deal with. Like, bro, get out of here. Hey, can
this
you
might be the best way to describe it though, right here is what Mike D's saying, right? He's like, everybody always asks me, what are you gonna do during the Super Bowl? And I'm like, locking myself in a room with mom and dad. That's what I'm doing. Yep. And God, do I hope I get the ability to do that. Boy, do I get the hope, Rico. Boy, do I hope I get that chance.
Absolutely. And by the way, tell mom I forced you into addressing that stuff today. So, mom, it wasn't Bot's fault.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I got to know. Listen, somebody brought something up here, which I think is great. How do you feel about players losing their position to injury? And I bring this up because Cole Bishop has been getting some nods. He's looked good in some moments. He's looked explosive. And there was a play. I don't know who did the film study on it, or was it? I don't know who clipped it, but I think I put it on there. And it was a play where Cole Bishop dropped down to take away a curl, and then jump back up to kind of who I forgot what who was it? I can't remember who the player was next to him, but he was in two positions. I went boom, and it came back in and disrupted the whole play, and it was an incomplete pass. How do you feel with players that were once a starter, but then they lose their job? And I'm not saying that's what's happened with Damar Hamlin, but they lose their job to someone that's been playing pretty well. Should the player returning from injury slide back into their rightful position? Or if the team sees that, I like this combination of Cole Bishop and Taylor Rapp together, could Damar Hamlin lose his job, and is it justified?
Man, this conversation always leads me back to Tom Brady and Drew Bledsoe, right? And they ride with Brady, and the Brady legacy is born, and they never go back. And that's why then he ends up becoming the GOAT. And if Belichick ends up going with Bledsoe, maybe things are never what they ended up being. And man, that would have been a nice way to look back at history, seeing that it would have went that way, but it didn't. So there's a couple ways you can look at this, right? Riding the hot hand or going with the guy that got you to where you're at for most of the year.
That's right.
I don't think that Bishop, this is what I'm looking at when it comes to this argument. Have you done more than what the previous guy was doing to the point where you can't take him off the field? And to me, if there's an argument to be had, I think you go with your main guy. And I think when McDermott was asked this question about this, he kind of said, like, oh, we'll see about that. As if to say it, the way at least I read it, that's Damar Hamlin's spot. And that's kind of how I see it. I don't see, it's kind of like with the Dorian Williams example. Like, are we just going to bail on Milano, who's been one of the more solid pieces of this team for some time now, to go in that direction? I mean, you could make the argument, but then again, I just don't think that that's the approach you take, knowing what you've gotten out of that guy. Now, if you have seen major regression from one party and major surge from another party, I get it wholeheartedly. But if it's an argument, I think, Rico, like if there's like a debate to be had, I think you lean with the guy that you've had for the majority of the year. And we, like you keep alluding to, like Hamlin's been real solid for this team, more than anybody would have anticipated.
For sure.
So I would go with Hamlin. But the beauty of it is, you know, that you got the guys behind. Back to what I was saying earlier with the depth. I mean, they went into the postseason last year with their depth banged up. I mean, that's the beauty of what you got going on right now. The fact that you can even have this debate. So you just know that if Hamlin does get tweaked up again, or if Milano does get tweaked up again, or Bernard or whatever, like you have guys that you're far more confident in this time around than last year. So that's kind of how I view it. I would go with the guy that got you there.
I don't like losing my job to somebody else while I was injured. But if the chemistry is there and just the defense looks far different with that guy in it, roll with the Tom Brady hand. You gotta roll with the Tom Brady hand. So it's tough though. But the fact of the matter is this: there's so much rotation that happens with McDermott's type of defense. And if we're in this formation, we're doing this. If we're this look, we're doing this. If this sets us up, we're in a big look. All right, Cole Bishop go in. So that's why it's not a cut and dry, because Cole Bishop's gonna get on the field. It's not like he's never getting on the field. So it'll be nice to have everyone healthy. Really cool question. Thanks for that question, by the way. Let me go to our guy, Mr. DeVideo. He says, today marks the date in 1993 when the Bills made the greatest comeback in NFL history as they were down 35-3. Thank you for that, Matt. In the wild card game, and came back big to beat the Houston Oilers. That's a game that's played often and so good. Like what a time to be a Bills fan in that stadium. I think it was an away game, and the Bills come back with the
it was in Buffalo. It was in Buffalo because the amount of stories I've heard of people who left the stadium. I mean, that's like the fisherman's tale in Buffalo. Everybody was at that game, Rico. Everybody in Buffalo was at that game. Yeah.
If you left, shame, because you must like, I missed the greatest thing ever I probably would have seen, other than if the Bills obviously make it to another Super Bowl. That's neither here nor there.
That's one of those games where I wasn't alive for, but it feels like I was, just based on how much you watched it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy, man.
By the way, our guy Hillslayer, what's up, Hillslayer? Hillslayer says, "Hey, man, we got to stop talking Super Bowl. Let's talk AFC Championship first, and then
I agree. Think about it. That's really the farthest the Bills have gotten is an AFC Championship appearance multiple years ago where they got waxed. And I have to agree with Hillslayer there. Like we're at a point now where that is the step right now. That is the step that they have not been able to get to. But, I just think that everyone would be of the collective mindset that it would be massive disappointment to get there and then lose again. And it would in all likelihood be to the Chiefs, right? Because I just don't see how the Chiefs aren't getting there. So I agree for the most part in terms of having to get there, but
one game at a
once
time.
you get there, yeah.
One game at a time. My man Walter is not letting off this DL. He says, "Nah, I ain't done." He goes, "The defense line was pretty much healthy last year, and they didn't make a lick of a difference." Well, hopefully, new year, new me is what we want from these Bills, right? We're in the new year, 2025. This might be the year that they say, you know what? Bump all that. We are here to stay. We got the best chance we have. We're healthy. The linebackers are healthy. I mean, the DBs are healthy, bro. Let's roll. And this, in turn, may allow defensive coordinators to get a little bit more funky with their play calls because we have everybody. So, shoot, we might throw in some wrinkles, man. We just never know. Let's get into another super chat that I noticed earlier. Maybe I missed it. Oh, there it is. My man Richie Fresh. He says, "Yo, I just don't want Milano shaking off the rust during a critical time in the playoff game and have that be part of the reason we bounce again." Dorian, he's been good. Listen, that's where the coaches got to come with their evaluation. I mean, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I need to evaluate these guys during practice, see how Milano's doing, pay real good attention to him. Where is he weak? Where is his strength? And try to. This is where coaching matters. Where can I put you in the best position to be? To be effective. And if you're not effective in this situation, man, I'm out. You got to go in. So you wanna hope coaching is not the reason we don't do well. And I think everybody's locked in. So this is where we hope things go well. I got John DeFazio with another one. Let's get my man Johnny in here. Johnny DeFazio with a big super chat. I appreciate you, Johnny. No doubt about that. He says, "Why Raven outcome will be vastly different. All right, let me see what he's saying. He says
compared to the last time they played.
Oh, compared to the last time. Okay, so number 1, DL is fully healthy. I like that. Number 2, middle defense was the weakness and is now the strength. That's fact. That's very true. It was a big weakness last year. Vaughn is back, and we are deeper on the edge. Also true. We have an explosive run game, and Josh doesn't turn the ball over. Josh doesn't turn the ball over at all in playoffs. So we know that we checked that. It's been checked. But the run game not being abandoned, which is huge, because I think I saw somebody write, the reason we're having a lot of success is that McDermott finally has an offensive coordinator listening to him, wanting it to be a balanced team, a balanced offense, and not heavy on the pass. So maybe there's some success to that. Whether true or not, who knows? But I like what John DeFazio said, man. There is a difference. Fully healthy D-line, middle of defense was absolutely the weakness. And now we are fully ready to go. And we have veteran guys that are back there that are actually young and spry and healthy, right? Milano over Klein, right? Bernard over Dorian. So that'll be nice to have going into it. So yes, great super chat on that, my man.
Couple other things too. One, it'll be in Buffalo this time, right? That was Sunday Night Football in Baltimore. So I think that's a bit different. And there's just no way the Bills only scored 10 points again. It was the only game this year where they scored that few points, and it was because they got all out of whack right off the bat. Derrick Henry takes one to the house. They seem to abandon everything that they wanted to do, and you just mentioned it. It seemed like after that Houston loss, and McDermott kind of alluded to it, they kind of talked, right? McDermott and Brady to get back on the same page. And what do you know? They wound up going on to have, 8 consecutive 30-plus games. They lost only one game by a couple of points where they had put up 40-plus. So they are on the same page. Where I will say it's different for the Ravens, I think that their defense has gotten better than that point of the season. So I think both teams have improved. But there's just no way the Bills get waxed again by 25. It's not to say that they're going to win the game, but you know damn well that game's going to be more competitive than what it was when they faced off in whatever it was, week 3 or 4 there.
Love it. I got another super chat coming in. What is that? Sminotu? What's that?
Yeah, Sminotu, I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Sminotu says, Super Bowl. Give me 13 seconds to think about it. Come on. Why
Jokester. Comedian is Sminotu.
Sminotu.
You know who hits me with the 13-second jokes all the time is my brother-in-law. He's really good at them, too. He sneaks them in. Like, he just hits me with them out of nowhere. They always get me every time.
They sting every time. You're like, and then when you realize, you're like, and he's just got a smirk on his face, I'm sure of it. Now,
if you can't laugh at yourself, you know what I mean? Yeah, you got it.
MVP talk, we'll get into that in just a little bit. But speaking of MVP, before we get into that, Peter Schrager.
Yeah, hit me with this. I didn't see this today.
So Peter Schrager was, I guess, going through, because I think is he a voter? I'm not sure if he's a voter or not. I think he may be a voter.
Probably.
I'm not sure. Oh, you're a fool. He goes, it's me, not you. It's me, not you. He's such a fool.
He's got all the jokes in his bag.
That's actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. I like that one. All right. So Peter Schrager, my man Peter Schrager was campaigning for Lamar Jackson, or at least it seemed like he was campaigning for Lamar Jackson. And he decided to say, hey man, I was actually going back and looking at the film, and Lamar Jackson's thrown the football 400 plus times, something of that nature, 490 times or whatnot, right? And that's a lot of passes, and he's only thrown 4 interceptions. That's amazing. 4 interceptions from 494. And he started breaking down the ratio, and then he goes, and I guess he was retweeted, and a beat writer for the Ravens was like, oh, by the way, those 4 interceptions that Lamar threw weren't even his fault. They were all drops. So then the segment continues, and he goes, and they start showing all Lamar's interceptions, and they're all off of, like, one was that crazy one against in Pittsburgh where the running back goes on a wheel, catches it, but then the defender threw his hand in there and took it away. There's one pick. Then the other ones where Mark Andrews dropped one. It was there. And then Rashad Bateman dropped one. And then there was the who was it? Rashad Bateman stopped running his route pick. So he would have had no interceptions. And that was just more of a ploy to say, that's a great point to make about interceptions. I hated that. Don't don't be doing. He would have had 4.
Oh wait, Traeger backed this point up.
Oh, he was on it. He was all over. Listen, he was like.
This is the same guy who had Aaron Rodgers winning it in the beginning of the year and the Jets going to the Super Bowl. So I mean,
you feel me?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen so many things thrown out there like that. I've seen the interception take. I've seen, well, if Justin Tucker didn't miss X, Y, and Z field goals, then Lamar's the MVP. I mean, last year, how many games did the Bills lose because of bullshit, right? How many interceptions could you go back in time on Josh Allen and nitpick or whatever? At the end of the day, this is what this award has come down to, all of these things. And it's just, I don't understand how we've gotten to this point where it has to be considered. One guy has to be exceptionally better than the other guy because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. Where it's like, oh, like if you were to go and just erase what actually happened on the play because it's not his fault. But at the end of the day, you could make that argument for so many different things. Was it Josh Allen's fault that they lost to the Rams? You know what I mean? Like how where does the buck stop on that? And every fan base has their own thing. And this is why, like, we were talking about it the other day, like, to create a criteria here, and I don't know what it would be, but it just feels like there needs to be something in order to be able to differentiate arguments, I suppose, because it's just gotten to the point now where it's just people saying things for the sake of saying it. And it's all confirmation bias on both sides. You're never going to see the other side. And
it's tough too.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so sick of it. I am so sick of it. Truly.
Well, here's a question from my Walter. He says, genuine question, fellas. Besides the Bills, who are the impressive teams that the Ravens actually beat? Are we not the best team they beat and the only team viewed as an actual Super Bowl contender? Well, let's go through it. So week 1, they lose to the Chiefs. And Ravens fans will say, but we lost to them because based on an inch of Isaiah Likely's toe on the line, a loss is a loss. I mean, we could talk about a loss is a loss. We know. We've been there, right? If we made a different decision in the Texans game, you know what I mean, maybe it's a different outcome. A loss is a loss. Then they play the Raiders. They lose to the Raiders 26-23. They're now 0-2 at that point. Then they beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, so not a playoff team. Then they whooped on us 35-10. We got that part. Then they beat the Bengals. The Bengals are on the outside looking in and have a horrendous defense, but Joe Burrow is absolutely on fire. But the point is, they won that game. All right. They beat the Commanders. I said the Commanders is a good team to beat. They're a playoff team. They've beat some good teams this year. You got to give them a little credit for, you got to give them the credit for beating the Commanders. They beat the Buccaneers. Would you consider the Buccaneers a good team?
I would. I would.
I'll use impressive team is what Walter says.
I think the Bucs are one of those sneaky good teams where it's not like you're dying to play them. I would give that's a quality win to me. Yes.
Quality, and I would agree. That's a quality win. I think Baker's playing really good ball.
Me too.
Then they lose to the Browns. We know that was like, what the hell just happened? The Broncos.
They whooped the
Broncos 41-10. Impressive team?
Yeah, that's a quality win, no doubt, especially the way that they won it. Oh, yeah.
Quality win. Then they beat the Bengals. I think the Bengals are what the Bengals are. I think they're a good team. They're a sneaky team. If they get into the playoffs, it'll be dangerous, right? Then they beat the Steelers. Steelers are a good team.
Mm-hmm.
They're vying for the number 1 spot. I think this is the week that decides it. And then you got the Chargers. They beat the Chargers just barely, 30-23. And then they lost to the Eagles. And then they beat the Giants. And then they beat the Steelers. So they've had some quality wins. Oh, yeah, and they beat the Texans. 31-2. They absolutely embasted the Texans. So we can't take away any wins from the Ravens, man.
No doubt.
They won some good games this year.
Quality. Yeah, I can't discount Baltimore. I think they've definitely had quality wins. They're in probably the toughest division in the NFL, or I shouldn't say that. The North in the NFC is definitely the toughest, but they're probably in the toughest AFC division. But it's what James is bringing up here. It's their losses that make it seem far worse. They've had 2 really bad losses. The Bills haven't had. I mean, their worst loss the Bills had, of course, was to the Ravens, and then that stinker against Houston. They had 2 really bad losses. But I think when you look at what Baltimore's done this year, they have several quality wins and they played in a really tough division. So I don't look at what Baltimore's done this year and discount it based on who they've played.
So Walter came back and says, I said Super Bowl contenders. Would you consider anyone besides besides us is a real Super Bowl contender that they beat?
Oh, no.
Nah.
No, but I mean,
because we've taken down two teams that
they
are Super
beat,
Bowl
yeah,
contenders.
so they've beaten one less. They beat the Bills. So I don't think it's that big of a discrepancy. I really don't.
Right.
And in that, I will say, not to bring up the Tucker situation again, but Justin Tucker, how many kicks did he miss against the Eagles too? They were dominating that game in the beginning, and then they lost it towards the end. I don't think that there's a major discrepancy there between quality because the Bills play in the worst division in the NFL, I would say. So if we're scaling these two schedules together, the only thing that separates the Bills and the Ravens is the fact that the Ravens had two really, really disgusting losses, and the Bills didn't.
Nasty losses for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And they're back in there trying to get the things done. All right, let's get into next segment. We've been talking about it. Let's get to the awards. And I mean, it's tough because it's either you know it or you don't, right? Let's just start with the easiest one, MVP. Are we in lockstep? Josh Allen is your MVP?
Josh Allen is my MVP. Yes, he absolutely is.
And I will 100% agree. I think Josh Allen is the MVP. I think he's valuable to his team. And everything that's been said does matter, right? He's done more with less. But it's not in the more with less part. It's the expectations for the Bills weren't high. They were expected to be the third best team in that division. And not a team contending for a wild card spot. Not only did we lock up another division, but we're in contention to go right to the end when everybody thought we weren't. And who led the way? Josh Allen. Are his numbers as nice as Lamar's this year? No, Lamar has had a fantastic year, and that's why there's other awards for that type of that type of performance. But right now, for what this valuable player has done for his team, I think Josh Allen is the MVP. I think we both agree on that. What about the offensive player of the year? You got Lamar Jackson be part of it. You got Saquon Barkley that just hit 2,000 yards rushing, right? And you got Joe Burrow that has just been lights out, and his statistics are fantastic. He's got great numbers. So who would you give it to with those three players? Because those three would be in contention for the offensive player of the year.
Saquon Barkley is my offensive player of the year.
Saquon.
I think you could give it to a couple guys. You could give it to Jamar Chase, Burrow, Lamar. But Saquon, to me, when you join that rare list of what you had just said, 9 other players in NFL history to crack 2,000 yards, you do so your first year leaving New York, which kind of tells you, what would he have been doing if he was with a competent team early in his career? Because you immediately leave the Giants, you go to the Eagles, and you become their best player on a loaded roster. 2,000 yards is incredible. I think if he played this week, he'd have the all-time rushing record. If there's an argument to be the MVP at running back, Rico, then I don't know how you don't win the offensive player of the year. So that's where I'm at with Saquon. I think he's clear cut to me.
I'm giving it to Joe Burrow.
Wow. Okay.
Joe Burrow. Think about it, man. Forget it. Just his numbers alone. I'm about to recite his numbers alone because I think Saquon's. I love what Saquon's done, and you know me. I have a love for the running back position, and as tough as it is to run and do what he's been able to do, you got to give him credit. But Joe Burrow's numbers, he's pushing up on. Let me just crack that open here. I just had it and I just lost it. He's pushing up on 5,000 yards passing. Let me just be clear.
He's going off.
He's got 4,600 yards passing. He's got 42 touchdown passes. So he's first in yards, first in touchdowns. He's got 8 interceptions, and his QBR is second in the league right now. He has been on a heater, and I think if we're gonna look at it and it's offensive player of the year. We're not talking about MVP. We're just talking about offensive player of the year. Then you're looking at, okay, so How did he get those numbers? He's doing. I mean, shoot, he's got Jamar Chase and he went off. He's got T Higgins. Then you look at the Saquon. He's got an offensive line that's a monster offensive line. So either or can go. So you say Saquon, I say Joe Burrow. What's crazy is you have Lamar Jackson that is neck and neck pretty much with Josh. He loses out on the MVP and could lose out on Offensive Player of the Year, and he gets nothing. How crazy is that? That's pretty nuts to me.
I know.
But it's the nature of the business. It's the nature of the business because that's why this league is so good. I mean, you think you had your time, you think you had it. That was the it year, and you mean others see it other ways. So that'll be fun to see. Love to see it. So Joe Burrow for me. You said Saquon. Next on the list right now is your Defensive Player of the Year. This one's a tough one. I've seen what Pat Surtain's been able to do. He's definitely been someone that they've been talking about in terms of Defensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt is always in contention for that position. Is there anybody that stands out to you for Defensive Player?
No, to me, this is a year where it's very up in the air. Defensive Player of the Year. There's no one that really stands out to me the most. As you said, Watt. I think Watt is probably a guy you could give it to every year, because if we're looking at these awards based on, because to me, the Defensive Player of the Year is the defensive MVP. You're never going to give the MVP, of course, to a defensive player. So this is essentially the MVP for a defensive player. And I think that there are very few players in the league more valuable to their team outside of the quarterback position than TJ Watt is to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, you can see the numbers of when he's on the field and when he's not. They're a completely different team. They're just not nearly as successful without him. So I think you could give it to him each and every year. But Surtain has been phenomenal. And that's a Broncos team that was in disarray last year. And with the addition of Sean Payton, the drafting of Bo Nix, and this defense has really led the way for them to get to the point where they're at right now. Surtain has been spearheading that. I think I lean him just because I don't think that defense is the same without him. And that's a team that really flipped it around this year in a way that I don't think everybody expected him to. And I think he's been a big part of that.
I'm gonna agree. And you know what? I was looking at some of the odds, and I bet you might have it as well. But they have it neck and neck with TJ and Pat Surtain, but Pat Surtain having the edge on that. So that's actually pretty dope. I got my man Walter says, one thing nobody talks about though is that having a bad defense often helps a great QBs. Great QBs, great, better numbers because it creates more pass-happy game scripts. We've seen the same with Watson in 2020. That's so true. You get more opportunity, right?
Yeah.
More of the ball's put back in your hands to try to catch up and do what you got to do. And defenses like, I'll use the Bills, will play soft and allow you to get your chunk yards. And it looks good. So that's a great point. That's a valid point.
To bring up your point, though, by the way, on BetUS, Pat Surtain is minus 205.
There you go.
And then TJ Watt is plus 170. And then there's really no one else even close. So it looks like it's coming down to those two. By the way, everything we're talking about right now, all the odds for all of the awards we're talking about right now are on BetUS. YouTube 150 is the promo code that gets you 150% sign up bonus, up to $2,000 on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next two after that. It's weird. That's why those numbers are kind of reflective, Rico, of how I felt about this award this year. Like, it just doesn't, it kind of feels like the MVP last year a little bit, where no one's really standing out heavily. So you kind of go to two guys that are real cornerstones of teams that if you didn't have those two guys, Rico, you just know that they would be completely different teams.
Listen, you're on it, man. You're absolutely on it. So I kind of like those odds, man. Give me Pat Surtain as well. I like Patty.
All right. We're in agreement there.
Let's jump into Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think it's a two-way go. It's Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels.
Agreed.
Bo Nix is nice, man.
He is.
Bo Nix is nice.
He is.
Bo Nix is nice. How do you deny Jaden Daniels?
You can't. There's no way you can't.
Put the team on his back. His completion percentage is way up there. To me, he's had some major wins. And here's a big thing, and I got to go back a little bit. Walter said it earlier. Lamar got that win. Lamar solidified his MVP with signified wins. He had some big wins against big teams, and that 49ers game, I think, locked him in as the MVP. And Josh with big wins over the Lions and the Chiefs, that locked him in, right? So looking at Jane Daniels had some big time win, and especially in his last few weeks, coming back and making big plays, bro. Jane Daniels, hands down. Bo Nix pushed it, but I think Jane Daniels get this one all day.
So Jane Daniels, not only did he break RG3's rookie record for most rushing yards in a season, he also joined Mike Vick as the only quarterback in NFL history to record 225 plus passing yards, 3 plus passing touchdowns, and 125 plus rushing yards in a single game. He's had major wins this year, too. He had the Hail Mary moment against the Bears, unreal comeback performance with a late game touchdown against the Bengals, that heroic performance the other day against the Philadelphia Eagles, the comeback the other day as well against the Atlanta Falcons. He has led the Washington Commanders to their best start, and I think over 20 years with these 11 wins. Everything he's doing is off the charts. He looks like one of those guys, Rico, that is going to be one of those dudes we talk about as a top quarterback for a while here. Bo Nix, I think he's as close to Josh Allen as I've seen come into the league in a while in terms of the traits that are there. Yeah, crazy. Man, I see it. I just see the athleticism, the body type, where they just move like bulls, man, where they just move throughout the pocket like they are men amongst boys. Now, Allen's a freak athletically. Nix isn't quite there.
Yeah.
But I just see it with Nix. The ability to move, the arm strength, I see a lot of potential there. He just looks like he is a year or two away with some refinement from really being something special. But Jaden Daniels already, Rico, is something special. And I think that he has had an extraordinary year. If you look at the numbers, it's not even that he's just offensive rookie of the year. I mean, he's closer to being in the conversation about, a potential MVP with some of the numbers that he's putting up, which is crazy. No, if you go and look at the advanced numbers, man, it's crazy. So he's had an unreal year. And when you factor in what the Commanders were a year ago, Rico, to lead them to where they are now, to me, Jaden Daniels, it's a no-brainer. But I think Bo Nix is certainly going to be something special too.
Oh, I like it. Well, you know what? I want to give a shout out to that tight end out of Oakland. Oh, I said Oakland.
Oh, Brock Bowers, unreal.
Brock Bowers, that
unreal.
Dude, man.
He's unreal.
He is going to be something in this league. You get that,
dude.
Brother.
You could argue you could almost already argue he's one of the he might be the best tight end in the league right now.
Buddy, he's nice. He's nice, man. There's no denying it, and he's doing it with Aiden O'Connell. You know what I mean?
I know
and,
right.
Who's that other dude? Minshew? Like,
yeah,
man. Dude, you got to give Brock Bowers credit. That boy's a dog, certified dog, man.
Brian Thomas is a good choice, too. He's like second in the league right now, I think, in receiving yards. And, I mean, Jacksonville's been abysmal. So, like, to your point on Bowers there, same thing could be said for Brian Thomas. And you had mentioned earlier, he was totally snubbed from the Pro Bowl. But, yeah, a lot of great rookie talent this year, for sure. This was a crazy class of talent. Yeah.
My man Brian Day says, yo, Fred Rico, do you see any Nate Peterman in him? Yeah, Nate Peterman, you're a fool. Big shout out. Listen, man, we got our guy Led Robster.
Yes, sir. Money Mitch.
Money Mitch comes in with a super chat. We appreciate you, Money Mitch. You know that. It's all love. Yo, he says, Bot, all respect in the world to Penn State. You guys are awesome. And I really hope Ohio State versus PSU in the championship would be so great for what was it, Big Ten? What is
Big Ten, yeah.
Big Ten. Thanks for another season of top shelf analysis. And remember, the BF is the best.
Hit it.
Best. There it is. The best YouTube channel they get. Golly. Call me Mr. Let's Be Rico. But yeah, appreciate you, Mr. Mitch Robson.
As much as it pains me to say it, them Buckeyes are a wagon right now. I don't know who's beating them. I don't know, man. They're looking different. They beat the brakes off of Oregon the other day. I couldn't believe that.
Oregon did not look like they belonged.
Oh, my God. I could not believe. I mean, I'm watching. I'm like, is this the same Ohio State team that had forgotten the forward pass existed against Michigan like 4 weeks ago? I mean, they're just dominating. The other day, they're up 31-0 on a team that hadn't lost a game all year long. Cody's asking for a live stream. Well, hey, look, at first, Penn State's got to get past them Irish. That's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. I'm so excited, dude. I'm going home next week. How lucky am I? I'm going home next week with my dad. We get to watch Penn State in the semis and then Bills playoff football. Oh, my God. And then if they both win, I go home the following week for Penn State in the championship game. Bills in the divisional. Oh, my God. And could you imagine, Rico, if both of them won? Listen, what would I do to deserve that? I mean, come on.
What would I do?
What could I have possibly have done? But I tell you, I think it's going to come. I really do think it could be Penn State, Ohio State in the championship. I really do.
Listen, that's a side note. I got one of my boys in here, James, my man, Mountain Man. He's already booked his hotel for the Bills playoff game. He's like, I already booked it because I just know that they're going to be in every round. So I don't know which game he's got it booked already, but he's got hotel booked and everything ready to go. That's how confident he is in these Bills, and as we should be. These Bills, I mean, they're giving us a lot of hope, man. Missing a lot of hope. My man said, yo, Dan Echo says, yo, did I miss a super chat from Danny Echo?
I think we did.
Ain't no way, Danny Echo. Thank you for reminding me because
echo that statement, baby. Echo it.
Echo that. Let me show you some love, man. Danny Echo. He says, yo, Happy New Year, boys. Listen, Happy New Year to you, Dan.
Hell yeah.
Listen, positivity all the way through all year long. That's the way we want to keep it. Let's roll. He says, Happy New Year, boys. Calm before the storm. Fanatics. Positive vibes. Yes. Positive vibes for our Bills this playoff. Don't wait for an inevitable Billsian loss. Boy, do we not want any of that. We do not. Instead,
God, no.
Competition fear us. We got this. Listen.
I can't believe it's already here. Are you getting those nerves already, Rico? Because I am. It's starting to creep in.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Once this game, this 000 hits that last game, it's on. Every team, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. The confidence that I have now is gonna make me turn into like, here we go, lock in his playoff. It's one and done. Like I mean, and next week we'll get him. Ain't no next week. We gotta get it now. We got to get it now. So.
What I'm most excited about this upcoming week is what after the Sunday night game, which I can't wait for. Oh, my God, I cannot wait for that game.
That's going to be a good one.
But once that game concludes and they flash the graphic of when the games are going to be and what the times, it's like, dude, that's when it's going to hit. It's going to feel real, baby. You know what, I can't wait.
Dan, I appreciate you do that because we are one of the more dangerous teams. We've got to make them fear us. They absolutely have to. We have to come in the first game that we play, whether it be the damn Cincinnati Bengals or whether it be the freaking Broncos, whoever the heck it is, we have to stop them out so that we send the waves. You know what I mean? Down the line, like, oh, shoot, these Bills ain't playing and they're healthy. And Josh Allen is, fiancé it up. He's booed up. He's feeling real good. Everybody's in a good place, bro. We need to make a statement in that first game. So am I nervous? Heck yeah, I'm nervous. Well, boy, I'm acting like we acting like we playing. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, it feels like it sometimes.
It sickens me how invested emotionally that we get into these games. It sickens me. Every time I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this? I'm on edge. I'm on edge. The kids come in the basement. No, not today. Go upstairs. Dad, can we watch the game with you? Oh, fine, but just don't say a peep. Like, I'm on edge, man. Golly, I'm on edge right now. Pissing me off. Anyway.
I'm so
Woosah.
I just can't wait. It's a heavy mix of nervousness and just full blown excitement. It's both at the same time.
It absolutely is. Let's by the way, we got the Kinger saying happy New Year, gentlemen. The Kinger. What up, Jeff King, JK? What's happening, brother? All right. You know what? He said, yo, just keep blasting that air horn, baby.
Hell yeah.
You know what? One more time just for you, bro. One more time.
I got a couple more super chat I think we might have missed. One was from Richie where he's saying, what a Friday night so far. BF is the best. Hit that horn again for me real quick, Rico, from our man Richie. Richie's saying he's ready to run through a drywall for the boys. Shot time. For Richie's sake, Richie's been putting them back. I hope that the Bills lay off the scoreboard a little bit for Richie's sake. He's got to save himself a little bit for the postseason, Rico.
Listen, for Richie's sake, for Pierre's sake, yo, they're putting it on for my guy Pierre. Pierre he wasn't feeling it. So I like that a lot. Let's move. Oh, you got another.
We got Johnny coming in, by the way. One more. He said Bernard is good on the report. Was if he had to start this week, he would have. My wonder is, will we see a 4-3 in the divisional round versus the Ravens? I think Brady is going to bring out some sheesh some 4 in the playoffs. Well, I'll tell you this: it's going to be different than the last time we saw him. Something's got to be different.
100% is going to be different. 100% is going to be different. Here's the thing: that team is the team that we don't match up the most with. We just don't match with them.
Right?
We just don't, because to play the Ravens, you have to at least there's film. Okay, so how successful and why were the Raiders successful? Why were the Browns successful? We got to start looking at this team, the games that these lost, and why were they successful and what they did. What did they do to take out King Henry? It's not like we've never done it before. We've played the Titans multiple times. We've made him ineffective. We have. It's just, golly, that team is a good team, right? They got the tight end. They got the receivers. They're working they're working well with one another, but it seems as though Lamar, since he got scolded by his mother, said, yo, what you doing? He's been on a tear ever since, right? But it comes time, sometimes you just got to face the bigger dude. And the bigger dude is the Bills that got unlucky that first one. You caught us not paying attention. Pop, we never recovered. Boy, are we absolutely ready. But we got to handle business in the wild card. We absolutely do. But I get it. Bernard being there, 4-3. Now, whether we run 4-3, that's the question. And I bring up Lamar, and because we've got to make the focus on stopping the run. We know that. You stop the run, you take away, what is the saying? When King Henry's under 85 yards, the Ravens lose. So you can't let that brother keep going. You can't let him get going. Get these guys in long down and distances, and now you play into the Bills' hand. We got to wait till we get there. Oh, man. You got to wait. Hey, listen, you get me all hyped up, bro. We get me all hyped up. Let me just wait. Let me just chill.
Oh, my God. Chill. I know.
You got to chill, bro. You got to chill, bro. You got to chill. You get me all hyped up now. My man Richard says, it feels weird because this year is different. Yo, it could be.
I hope it is.
Could be. My man calling it now. Cody Ben says, we will be the last game played on Sunday night. Give me the under the lights in Buffalo, baby. Let's go. Under the lights would be nice. Okay, I can't even say. Hey, James Mountain says, yo, I don't pay cancellation fees. So I have, there you go, my man. James Mountain. Yeah. January 25th weekend booked AFC Championship.
Does he have it booked in Kansas City? I would imagine.
I think he's got I don't know. He's got it booked in Buffalo, I believe.
Oh, so, I like that.
He's got it booked in Buffalo. So hey, no cancellation fees, baby. He's all in. He's all in. He's absolutely all in. All right. Let me get back. Let's get back to it. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's, to me, Quinyon Mitchell and Jared Verse.
Yep.
Listen, give me Jared Verse. Jared Verse.
Same.
He is a dog, man. They bounced back very well in the deep. Like, they got Braden Fisk and they got Jared Verse. That is going to be a formidable duo for a while. So, Defensive Rookie of the Year, give me Jared Verse. Here we go. I don't know how much you care about this one. Walter Payton Man of the Year. I don't know who's nominated for that. So
I don't even know how they decide that. So yeah, we can't.
Neither do I. So that's the way I look at it. So here's what I wanted to end. Coach of the Year. Who are you giving the Coach of the Year to? Who deserves it?
Man, a lot of worthy candidates this year, I think. But here's why Robert Saleh. No, I'm just kidding. Kevin O'Connell, 2024 NFL Coach of the Year. These Minnesota Vikings, before the season started, their over-under win total projection from Vegas was 6.5. 6.5. They draft their long-term quarterback solution after moving on from Kirk Cousins, and he immediately goes down with a season-ending injury.
Yep.
They bring in Sam Darnold, and you're just thinking, man, maybe next year when they get J.J. McCarthy back, maybe these Vikings they'll do something. But, not this year. 14-2 with the 1 seed on the line.
Impressive.
Sunday night. I don't know how you don't give it to them. Not only have they won 14 games, Rico, when their projection was 6.5. Sam Darnold is now going to be a quarterback that's going to command anywhere from $40 to $60 million when this season comes to a close. This is a quarterback in Sam Darnold that they have now gotten to a point where they are questioning whether or not they're going to keep J.J. McCarthy, who they just exhausted a first-round pick on. Sam Darnold, who was considered a bust by everyone at this point, is now in the MVP conversation. What Kevin O'Connell has done with the Vikings is unbelievable to me. he is a no-brainer decision for me at the coach of the year spot for this season. Unreal.
Why can't McDermott get some love, man?
I think he absolutely should get some love.
Quarterback on the squad. They didn't see any. They saw the Bills going pretty much nowhere. He was under fire last year. He got his team that they thought he lost all those starters. He lost all his captains on the squad, and he's got this team with a division, and he got them at 13-3. Could potentially finish 14-3.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's just that there's no possible way, just based on the way that I hate it. I hate that it's like that, but you're right. McDermott has a million reasons as to why he should be considered the coach of the year. He really should. There's no doubt about it to me that there's a heavy argument for McDermott. But, even with what they lost, Rico, the Bills still had an over-under win total projection of 10.5. I mean, these Vikings were projected to be like a bottom feeder, and they could potentially be the 1 seed by the end of the weekend here. I can't even I forget about the Vikings like on a weekly basis where I'm considering like, oh, it's going to be either the Lions or the Eagles. But dude, I mean, it is just as much the Vikings to win as anybody in the NFC. I think there's an incredible argument for McDermott, though. I really do. I just think that when you've been good for so long, unfortunately, your name gets taken out of the race. It's probably what Dan Campbell will be a casualty of again this year, I think, even though there's probably an argument for him. But I mean, you can make an argument for Sean Payton, I think, turning around Denver the way that they have. I think you can make an argument for Harbaugh and what they've been able to do in LA.
Candidates,
yeah,
sure.
a ton. But man, I think the O'Connell and Vikings situation this year is 1-1 crazy.
Comeback player of the year.
I mean, it's Sam Darnold. There's just no way it's not. This is a guy that was just considered, he was closer to Josh Rosen, Rico, than he was Josh Allen in terms of the way the league was viewing this guy. And now he's back in the MVP conversation with long-term contracts being talked about with him. It's crazy. I've never seen someone resurrect a career to this caliber. And whether it's sustainable or not, I have no idea. Is this a one-off? Very well could be. Who the hell knows? But there's no denying what he's done this year, Rico. It's been extraordinary. Whether it's in a big moment or just on a weekly basis putting up numbers, especially stepping in a spot where this team was projected to do nothing. I think Joe Burrow has a good argument for being injured last year and coming back and playing the way that he has. But we have high expectations of Joe Burrow. We do not have high expectations of Sam Darnold, and now we do. That, to me, is the ultimate definition of coming back from something.
And you know what's crazy? Somebody put it out there. Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield.
No doubt.
Weren't they on the same squad at one point?
Yeah, they were both on the Panthers. This is what I'm getting at. Like, they were both just it was over for them. And now they're both playoff teams in the NFC, and they're both putting up numbers. And man, oh man.
To the point where they're like, yo, we might even give him a contract and shop McCarthy.
Can you believe that?
That's how wild it's getting. Yo, give that man that comeback player of the year. It's well
deserved.
Look,
even if they don't do that, like the Giants need someone desperately. The Raiders need somebody desperately. There are teams out there that are going to pay Sam Darnold. And there was no way that anyone was thinking that this conversation was going to be had 3 months ago.
You might even see the Giants jump in there and say, yo, F. Shador.
That's what I'm saying.
F. Cam Ward. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff going down.
Well, the Giants won themselves out of the top pick. Like, so if say the Bills beat the Patriots, or excuse me, say the Patriots beat the Bills this week, there's a scenario where the Giants could be picking like 9th. There's a very likely scenario where the Giants are going to have to bring in Kirk Cousins on the veteran minimum or pay crazy. Sam Darnold like $50 million.
That's crazy. All right, here's another question for you. By the way, big shout out to my man Cody Benz. Just came in and became a vet member. You know what? I got to show that show. I see it, Cody Benz. I see you, bro. Much love to you. Let me tell you something, man. So we're talking about certain awards, certain performances. What team to you this year was an absolute dumpster fire? No matter how you want to look at it, the team that there may not be a future for this team. They bungled everything up. It's not good. There are a couple teams on my list here that like, yo, I don't know what this franchise is doing. Is it who I think you're gonna say, or is it somebody else? Who are you looking at as a franchise? We're like, fam, what are they doing? What are they doing? Give it to me.
Jets, Jets. I mean, is it even close?
Man.
Is it even close? I mean, I will give an honorary mention. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. I will give an honorary mention to the same team in East Rutherford. Historically bad year, the 100th year of the franchise, and it might have been the worst out of the entire century. I'll give an honorable mention to, I saw the Colts brought up there. This was very underwhelming for the Colts. I mean, very underwhelming. The way you lost the other day to those Giants. But the Colts are not in the same stratosphere as what the Jets were this year. And crazy enough, I don't think the Giants were either, because the Giants were expected to be bad. The Giants traded away Saquon Barkley, and everybody knew what the Daniel Jones situation was. Everything we knew about the Jets came to fruition. Everything everyone thought would happen about the Jets, the opposite came to fruition.
Yes.
I've been on record saying it a million times this year. I think that this season for the Jets is on a very short list of one of the biggest failures in professional sports in America, based on the expectations. When you expected Rodgers to be in the MVP race, when you expected this team to win the AFC, to make a Super Bowl run, and they were as bad as they were, they had to fire their head coach, they had to fire their GM. Now Rodgers is in a beef with the owner. This could not have gone any worse. Not to mention, Rico, week after week, a storyline coming out that was just, just a media frenzy of BS surrounding this team.
Yes.
Rico, this was abysmal for the Jets this year.
And here's the thing. Listen, exactly what just Walter, they had everything going for them. A young defense, lockdown corner, good safety group, defensive line solid, linebacker crew. Like, you got your receivers. You went out and even got Mike Williams. Then you went out and got Devontae. You got Breece Hall back there. You got Braylon Allen. Bro, you've revamped your O-line. What the hell happened to the Jets, man? It's like, I feel like they're cursed. They're cursed, and it didn't get any better. Holy jumpins, man.
I mean, I got nothing to say. Even like, to me, as bad as, like, I had never bought into the Jets hype. Never, ever, ever, ever.
You said it from the very start. That's true. You never liked it. You never saw any hype in it.
But Rico, I really didn't think it would be this bad. I mean, I thought, I thought, like, come week 18, there's got to be a scenario where the Jets can still make the playoffs type team, kind of like maybe Cincy right now, where you don't have the greatest chance, but there's certainly a chance. Like, this team's season was over a month and a half ago. So even I, who had no expectations for this team, didn't think it would be this bad, man. I just didn't.
And you got guys that still got a game left. They're like, yo, do you think you want to come back to the Jets?
That's the other thing. You got your young nucleus saying, "Hey, I like when they even like, well, who was it? Garrett Wilson. I wouldn't tell T. Higgins to come to this team. I wouldn't recommend it.
Gardner.
That was
Sauce Gardner.
Garrett Wilson was basically saying he wants out, though, didn't he? And who could blame him? He's supposed to be the guy, and then they're like, oh, well, maybe the reason we're not winning is because we don't have Devontae here. And then he comes in and eats up all of his target. It's crazy, dude.
So, and here's the crazy thing too, right? So you bring in Devontae just to appease, the quarterback in Rodgers, right? And then the infamous Rodgers is on live stream, and then here comes Devontae comes in the camera. It was all almost like it was like a wrestling promo. You feel me? So God, it is wild to me, and just how badly they've fallen. The Devontae going from the Raiders, thinking that he's gonna revamp this Jets team. It's like, what the hell am I working with? This guy looks old. I didn't realize you were that old, brother. But it's not it. So now Devontae could be gone. Garrett could be gone. You mean, bro, you know what? Keep it up, Jets fans. Keep it up, because that's just one team that will just continue to wax until we get our.
That's the other thing. Like you just mentioned it. Like where's the light at the end of the tunnel too? That's the other thing that's devastating. It's like, not only do you have this, but you mortgaged a lot of your future endeavors here for this to work out, and none of it worked out.
And to the point where they might even let go of Aaron Rodgers. So you did all this just to bury your franchise. Like, now, like, well, you've given the Jets fans, like, I saw a video today, this Jets fan of 28 years boxed up every Jet paraphernalia in his basement He's like, until they show me that they can run this franchise properly, you're not getting any of that stuff. You're not getting my money. You're not getting nothing. I'm not going to no games and sell all my tickets. Like, golly, it's bad.
Well, could you imagine this? Right when the Bills started to get good was when the Jets started to get even more incompetent. So imagine being the Bills fans that we were our whole life. And then at the Josh Allen draft in 2018, it only continued to nosedive. Could you imagine being in that spot right now?
It's bad. Oh, it's bad.
How could you have not had enough? I mean, honest to God.
So, and being a content creator, let's say you're a diehard, you bought all this equipment, you got a microphone, you just started to really get into the space, or you've been in the space a long time, and now how do you go in the off season? What we needed this, bro. It's discouraging.
Yeah, like my man Richie. I don't know how he does it, man. I don't even know how he does it.
I feel Seriously. For Richie. I feel for Richie, man. My man Walter says, my favorite was watching the Jets lose every week, but media heads like Greeny coming up with conspiracy level scenarios for them to make the playoffs and win the conference, bro. The lunacy was crazy. They really thought they had it. Yo, we're 4-7, but we still got it. All right, hold on. We're 4-8, but if this guy does this and this guy, bro, it was a wrap.
You're a Seinfeld buff. Like, so you know how every episode of Seinfeld, there's the main storyline, then there's the B storyline. So the main storyline could be like, Jerry and he's on the phone with his agent trying to get better gigs, and he winds up getting the gig at the high school to do the assembly or whatever. Then the B storyline is something Kramer's doing with George's dad, right?
For sure.
What's the beauty about every episode of Seinfeld is usually the B story is almost always as good as the A story. Yes. That's what this season felt like. The A story was the Bills, and it was lights out terrific. And the B story was watching the Jets implode, and that was also absolutely terrific. It was an amazing watch. It
was amazing, man. Like this season, if we could try to make the season into a season of the Seinfeld and integrate the Bills and Jets, and what it would have been fantastic. So kudos to the Jets, man. They're going to be in the basement for a little bit, and that's their own doing. You thought you had it, and this is the thing. They gambled, and most people were saying it. You're gambling on the 40-year-old, and you think he's going to bring things together. He popped his Achilles. You bring him back, and you bring everybody back, and you start to bring more people of his. And Alan Lazard, it's just disaster. So,
and you know what's even crazier for both those two dumpster fires in New York? How about adding fuel to the fire? For the Giants, Saquon's probably going to win Offensive Player of the Year and was 100-some yards away from breaking the all-time rushing record. And for the Jets, Sam Darnold leads the Vikings to 14-2. So not only is it just terrible internally, but externally, your former players are playing at an all-time level. I mean, my God.
Not only that, Daniel Jones gets to go to the Vikings. He's on the Vikings team right now.
Sure.
You can see how true franchise, looks. And
even Geno Smith has success. I know it's nothing crazy, but he still does well in Seattle. I mean, it's nuts, man.
All right. So we go from the opposite. That's a dumpster fire. What's the team that their future is looking mighty bright? Watch out for this team. Would you say it would be the Commanders? Because I'm looking at the Commanders going, bro, the Commanders got a bright future. If not the Commanders, anybody else stand out to you?
I think the Commanders are definitely the easy number one choice. I think the Denver Broncos are certainly another choice. I think the LA Chargers are certainly another choice.
I'm not buying the Chargers. I don't know. I just can't buy Justin Herbert. I can't.
Why is that, you think? Just doesn't do it?
He just doesn't do it for me. Like, big arm, athletic, but like, he's got these moments where he can be clutch, and then he's got these moments where he just disappears. He's just not good enough. And I'm saying he's not good enough. It's just there are moments he's just not good enough to will his team. I just don't see it. I mean, he got a huge contract, and I can't. Why did he get the contract? Was it because that comeback win against the LA Rams?
The Jags. The Jags.
Excuse me.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of those contracts out there, right? You got Tua's, you got Dak's, you got Trevor Lawrence's, Herbert's. I think it's because Herbert really looks the part. I mean, he's like the pro. He's got like the Allen type prototype, right? Like huge guy, mobile, huge arm. He just hasn't been to that caliber yet. Now, Tua's, in his defense a bit, I think he's worked with less. But you're right. He hasn't essentially played the way he's perceived, I think.
Right.
But you know what I mean? He has. Neither has Lawrence.
Yeah, and it's not like he's terrible. He's not. He's got some great moments. Like Walter, I agree with Cole. Herbert, he feels like Allen if he actually let the coaches rein him in completely and remove his dog. It's just something about him. Even on the sideline, just watching him,
he's very monotone. Very.
Oh, very. I mean, listen, and I want the best for him. I mean, obviously, because I actually liked it. I like that he's quiet. But like, yo, I need you to be that dog. I need you to take over the team. And it seems like he hasn't quite taken over the team. I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, I like the Commanders as a team to watch. And I like what you said, the Broncos. The Broncos do look good. I feel like there's one team I'm missing that I think that future is bright. Man, did the Saints ever start off really hot and they just fizzled?
I think the Falcons could have a bright future with Penix, but we have to see more there.
Yeah,
what I love about the Chargers and the Broncos, I think there's finally going to be some real competition for Mahomes in that division. Where they just ran through it. I think that you could definitely see them being competitive there. Yeah, I mean those two teams to me, though, Rico, they're the easy answer for me.
Yeah. No question about it. I think I like that. So those are the two. And last but not least, the last topic of the night, man. We're 2.5 hours in, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. The last one I have for you, brother, are playoff scenarios. Here we go. All right. So let me run this by everybody so everybody sees what's happening. So here it is, folks. Let's jump into it. So if you guys can see the screen very well, give me a thumbs up. I hope you guys can. Here we have it. So, Bot, you help me out. Browns, Ravens. Obviously, the Ravens are going to be sitting most of their players.
No. Ravens are playing their starters. They're a 20-point favorite in that game.
Right. They got it's them and the Steelers.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. They are a 20-point favorite on the nose in that game.
That's gross.
That is insane. Yes. So yes.
Gross. Okay, so give me the
Ravens.
What an upset it would be.
I'm not kidding you, Rico. I'm pretty sure based on the line, it would be the biggest upset in NFL history.
Is that enough to put money on it?
God, no. I wouldn't put your money on the Browns, Rico, in that game.
You would have put the house on it?
No, sir.
All right. Bengals Steelers. I mean,
that's going to be good.
Need this. So do the Steelers. They want that number. They want that title. They want the division. They want the hat and t-shirt. Steelers are at home. Yo, give me the Bengals, man.
Yeah.
Give me the Bengals.
They're winning. They're winning week in and week out, and the Steelers are kind of trending down.
Yep. Give me them. Texans.
Game's irrelevant. I think Texans are sitting their players, but whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I said irrelevant. Sit your ass down. Well, Falcons. I think Falcons.
So the Falcons are still playing. They would need the Bucks to lose to get in, but you give me the Falcons.
Give me the Falcons. Saints.
But the Bucks are winning. The Bucks are going to clinch the division
for sure. All right. What are we looking here?
Give me New England.
New England. All right. Jacksonville Colts. What Colts? What a disappointment they were.
What? Yeah. Give me the Jags.
Jags. I like that.
Who even cares?
Mac Jones, baby. Philly. You got Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys.
Washington's playing their starters. Yeah. So give me Washington.
Boom. All right. Here we go. Giants, Philly. Say Philly will take it. Actually, you know what? Giants didn't look too bad last week.
Yeah, I could see them continuing to further their bad luck here and winning another one and screwing themselves in the draft, no doubt.
But we still like Philly over them.
No. I could see the Giants winning that game, no doubt about it.
I like it. Who cares? I think these guys.
Packers.
These guys, one of the most disappointing teams.
Such a great point. Yes, I think that based on what their expectation was, the Jets were just so far and away. But you're right. The Bears, man, was so disappointing.
Oh, Bears. Golly, man. I don't even know what to say about these guys. This one's a tricky one. Division game.
Rams have already clinched, but they're not. Or Rams are resting their starters, I heard. So
okay. So give me these boys here.
Yeah.
Ooh. So the Dolphins are still in it.
Yes, but no Tua.
Again.
Right.
Who's their quarterback again? Who's quarterbacking for them last week?
Oh my God.
What was it? Skylar Thompson, was it? Nah, it was someone better than that. No. It was Finley, Huntley. I remember it was Huntley. Yeah, it was Huntley. Huntley.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley. You're right. Yep.
Yeah, Huntley. And Huntley's not a bad player. Tyler Huntley can play. He can play. So
give me the Jets.
Give me the Jets.
Yeah.
How do you see the Jets winning this one? Because of Tyler Huntley?
No, just because
These boys are playing ish. They're checked out.
I know, but it would be very Jetsian, I think, to win this game. And it would also be very Dolphinsian as well to lose that game.
All right, well, we'll kind of go. We'll circle back to see if any changes. So Jets here. What are we looking at here?
So Chiefs are full starters out. The Broncos are a 10.5-point favorite. I don't know why, Rico. I see something weird happening.
Well, here's the thing. And I mentioned to you last week. The starters are out, but you have Carson Wentz at quarterback.
Yeah, I know.
And he is trying to say, hey, man, I still can play in this game. So this is going to be a game that he's going to try to do as well as he can. If not trying to get, we just alluded to how many positions that are going to be open for quarterback. Bro, he's going to be trying to play. So as much as listen, and the Broncos need this win. They don't necessarily need it. They do need it. What am I saying? They need this bitch. So
they need it. They win and they're in, losing they're screwed.
Nah, man, give me the Broncos. But it would so be a Chiefs.
Oh, yes.
It would be. Give me the Chargers.
I might taste the Chiefs a little bit on that because $100 wins you like 500 on them winning that game.
Yeah, you know what? That doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt to do that. Give me the Chargers against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Give me. Both teams are out, so it really doesn't matter.
Who cares? Yeah.
San Fran, and here's the big one.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for this game.
Give me Vikings.
Give me Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota. Me too.
I do.
Me too.
I'm loving what they got going. Can you believe Detroit at the 5th seed?
Storyline here. So Minnesota gets the first.
Crazy.
Detroit on the road
against their former QB and Matty Stafford. Rico, come on.
Bro, I like it. I like it a lot. Look at this. This is not you don't walk into this game and win this one.
If I'm a Philly fan, I'm sick. I'm sick about that, dude. 2 seed, 13 wins, and you're going to have to play the Packers in the first. Oh, my God.
That one hurts.
All of those games in the NFC are good.
They're locked in the 2 seed. There's no way for these guys.
So now go back and make it Lions winning just to see
Lions win.
No, so it's going to be Green Bay pretty much regardless for them. Yeah.
Unless hold on. Does that change anything if I move Green Bay loses? It doesn't matter.
No, so it's pretty much, yeah.
Philly wins, it doesn't matter. So they're locked into the 2. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, dude.
Give me this. All right, let's go to the East, the AFC. Let's go to
Are we
AFC.
doing predictions right now?
We're just messing around to see scenarios. We're not doing predictions.
Oh,
okay. Scenarios because it's pretty much locked in, but that 7 spot is what is open. So for some reason, see this one, the Ravens are going to win this one. Steelers win. It just affects the 5th and 6th seed.
All right, change that again. Do that. Click Bengals. Who would you rather Baltimore play in round 1, Pittsburgh or the Chargers? Would you rather it be the Harbaugh Bowl or a divisional battle?
Harbaugh Bowl for sure.
Oh,
if we can set that up, so that would make. Let's see how we can affect that. It
would be just the Pittsburgh losing would affect that.
Hold on, where's
Pittsburgh winning? Sorry, yeah,
Pittsburgh wins.
That's the Harbaugh Bowl.
Okay, and we get that. Pittsburgh, these boys.
I'll tell you what, Rico. Either way for Baltimore, that's a tough draw round 1. You either got to play the Harbaugh Bowl or you got to play a divisional rival for a 3rd time.
And that game, that last game where it was the Chargers and the Harbaugh Bowl, it was a close one.
Yes.
It was a close one. And Jimmy wants that one back, man. Jimmy wants that one back. So Ravens.
Let's see. The last time they played, which was like a month ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens won 30-23. They kind of ran away with it towards the end, if I remember correctly.
I think the Chargers started to make a little bit of comeback, but just wasn't enough.
It was 14-13 at half. And going into the 4th quarter, it was 17-16. So, yeah, it was real close. Derrick Henry in that game had 140 yards.
For some reason, if the Browns would have beat the
Ravens,
The
You
Bengals,
imagine?
the Steelers. It really doesn't. There's not much change. I'm just trying. So it looks as if we're Denver is in 100%, unless the Dolphins win
And then the Bengals.
and the Bengals lose.
Wait. So no. In order for Miami to get in, the Bengals have to lose.
The Ravens will have to lose. I'm assuming.
No, I don't think the Ravens have to lose, but the Bengals have to lose, and the Broncos have to lose. Click the Chiefs. Yes, there it is.
And then we get Miami. Wowzers. Ain't that
Oh
something?
my God. I'm more interested in what's going to happen with that Baltimore game in the wild card.
My man, Brian Day. So I got to get the chat here hold on a little bit. What's the chat saying right now? Casey's not losing. We know Casey. I mean, listen, we don't know. We don't know. Like anything can happen these type of games, man.
Dude, I very easily could see the Chiefs winning that game. 100%. All the pressure on a rookie Bo Nix, Carson Wentz. What's he got to lose? Go out there and sling it.
A lot of storylines. Yo, Michelle
Right?
Holloman, good luck on your test, man. Taking your CDL, man. Be safe on the road, brother.
No doubt.
Be safe on the road, man. There's a lot of crazies out there. Bro, I kind of like the Harbaugh Bowl again.
Either way, that's a tough draw for Baltimore. Either way,
that's a tough one. So ideally, listen, Ravens win. Bengals probably win. Who knows? I mean, and then obviously we'll see.
If you were a Baltimore fan, who would you rather play, the Chargers or the Steelers?
You know what? Give me the Steelers.
I
Only because
agree.
of Russell Wilson. Only because Russell is just, you never know with Russell. But I don't like that Steelers. That Steelers defense is pretty good. TJ Watt is an effing problem. But our O-line has been so damn good. So I'm like, bring on whichever.
I think the Chargers got a better chance to beat Baltimore than Pittsburgh.
I thought you were talking about us.
No, I'm saying if you're a Baltimore fan, like who would you rather play?
I thought you said Bills. Which one would I rather? Oh, no. Yeah. I like this matchup here.
But it is an AFC North like grudge match. Like it's so hard to weigh these games right now.
Listen, man. This matchup right here, you need that. This one, it is what it is. I don't know what these guys are doing. These guys they're 50-50. Like you just don't know. So this will be a great, interesting matchup. And then we have to take care of Bo Nix. Can't let that come in. And then we handle business. And then we keep rolling, baby.
Let's put the scenario out there where Cincinnati gets in. So I think that's Chiefs beat the Broncos.
So here we go. Let's go. Chiefs win.
Baltimore or Bengals win. Yep. And
Bengals
then
win.
Miami loses.
Where's Miami?
And then Cincy comes to town. I mean, that's not. Couldn't you see the Chiefs screwing us raw and putting the Bengals in?
By actually, well, you know what? Everything here is possible, man. Wait, and if Miami wins, okay, so Miami still has to play out. Man, there's a lot that has to happen this week, man. So what we want is what the real question is. Do we trust what these Cincinnati Bengals are about?
I do not want that. I want Miami in a perfect world.
In a perfect world. So Miami has to beat the Jets. Miami takes the Jets. Ravens do what they're supposed to do. The Bengals win. And the Chiefs, this could be a very likely scenario.
I'm telling you, Rico, there's something weird in my guts telling me Carson Wentz legacy game. I don't know.
This could be a very likely scenario. I'm not going to lie. Very likely scenario. Ravens win. Bengals win. KC wins. And then the Miami Dolphins just absolutely dismantle the Jets because the Jets have just given up. This could be very well the game. And then these guys come to Buffalo in the cold. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
Tyler Huntley or Tua? Who knows? Who cares?
Tua said today that he will play in the playoffs should they get in.
Sure. Come on down. Dude, give me that game. Give me this scenario right here. And I'll be happy. And then let these boys duke it out. Let Pittsburgh go over here and just let the AFC North battle again. But this would be nice if we can get that here and then the Chargers up here. I don't know if that's going to be able to happen, but it is what it is. I'm sure it could, but I'm ready to go through that scenario. But man.
So if click the Steelers real quick again. Just click the Steelers for me.
Where my Steelers at? So Steelers.
All right, so Miami still gets in. Okay.
So ideally, this is so Bengals to lose. This is the scenario that I'd like right here. Give me that. Give me this, and let's roll.
Give me that.
Give me that. And then let's. So the Bills end up playing the either the 5th seed or the 4th seed, and then Baltimore plays. So is that how that works?
No. The Bills would play Baltimore, and the Chiefs would play the winner of Houston, Pittsburgh.
KC would come in and handle business.
Oh, but if the Chargers were somehow able to upset Baltimore, then it would be Kansas City versus the Chargers, and then the Bills would play the winner of Houston and Pittsburgh.
Right. Well, there you go. Anything can happen. Man. Anything can happen, folks. That's it. How about that? Well, there's the playoff scenarios. Playoff scenarios in the books. What are your thoughts on that, folks? You guys let us know in the comments, in the chat. Man, so it'll be fun. I mean, obviously, we're going to be watching the NFC game later that night, but we'll be red zone. Sky Hansen's going to be our guy, man. He's going to be back and forth.
No doubt.
It's going to be fun, man. Going to be very fun. Let me go back to
Richie.
Chats in here. What up, Rich? Rich comes in and says, yo, I just feel you can't have this type of season and not go all the way. Like, it's true. It just feels right, doesn't it? You can just
does feel right, man.
Week, Josh got something to prove. Can't explain it. It's tough to explain. It's just week after week, he just does what he needs to do. And I'm hoping he does, man. I'm hoping he's healthy as ever. He's got that glove off. His hand is ready to go. Elbows straight. He's in love. His heart is full. Let's roll, man.
He needs to get fuller. He needs that second ring. He needs that second ring.
He needs to get fuller. That's the way I look at it, man. Listen, Z-Bot, man, what's on the docket for this weekend? What are you saying this weekend, brother?
Man, well, so we got NFL tomorrow. We got those two games that we were just talking about, right? We got the Browns and the Ravens. We got the Steelers and the Bengals. Maybe I'll go live after one of those games. We'll see what happens to give you an update on what the playoff picture is looking like. But then we're back at it on Sunday to preview the Bills, of course. And then after that, I think after the 1 p.m. window, we will know what time is the Broncos game on Sunday. Let me see.
The Broncos game.
It's not till 4:20, so we won't necessarily know the fate of the Bills playoff
4:20 game
picture.
Okay.
But we'll have it on live while we're recapping Bills Pats.
Bills 1 p.m. I assume. I think it can't be 4 o'clock.
Bills are 1 p.m. Yep.
Yeah.
Then our eyes will be on Denver to see if they take care of business, and then from there, it's off to the dance, Rico.
It's off to the dance. All right, folks. Listen, this was another Rico Bot show. I mean, listen, we had to address some things at the beginning, and I'm hoping that it didn't take away from the content that we wanted to bring you. But I mean, sometimes you gotta even address some things, man. You can't be afraid to hit things on in 2025. There's no more being silent. You know what I mean? Something to say, we get it off our chest, we move on, we show love, and we keep it pushing. So that being said, always love, and we appreciate every one of you guys. Let me get another super chat coming in from my man Richie Fresh. Says, yo, Bot live stream a game tomorrow, Bot after dark.
Could be some potential to do that, Richie. We'll see. I think maybe that'll be in the cards. Maybe we'll do that Bengals game because that's a big one.
Bot after dark. Listen, I might even join you if I put the ladies to bed, put the kids to bed.
Yeah.
I'm in there and tiptoe down into the basement and talk some football. But anyway,
I'm in on it.
Listen,
speaking of which, that game, by the way, just to take a look here, this is a tight one. On BetUS right now, Bengals are a 1-point favorite. And just to show you what I was telling you earlier, Rico, there's the Ravens, 20-point favorite. 20-point favorite. Guys, dude, Rico, $100 on the Browns would win you $1,175 if they won the game. How crazy is that? Nice. If you want to get crazy, by the way, on your way out the door, you can head over to BetUS. Promo code's YouTube150. It'll get you 150% sign-up bonus, up to $2,000 on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next two after that. 20-point favorite, Rico. That's like a 40-point spread in college. That's crazy.
What's Sandman saying?
Sandman is saying, Ravens fans so sure they are the best and Lamar's the best, and go to KC and beat him. We will meet your asses at Highmark, then beat you. Unfortunately, Sandman, we would have to meet the Ravens before the Chiefs would have an opportunity, or excuse me, the Ravens would have an opportunity to go to KC and beat them. So it's going to be all out on the line in Buffalo, more than likely.
Listen, I got one last thing to put out here. So I'm sure you've seen it. Somebody before the year started made 3 bets, $50 bet. $50 bet was, did you see it? You know what I'm about to say?
No.
So Saquon Barkley to rush over 2,000 yards. I got to see if I can find it.
I didn't even know you could bet that.
TJ Watt, defensive player of the year. And what was the third bet? The third bet was something like that was likely to happen. I wasn't sure what it was. Anyways, he made a $50 bet. Every bet has won so far except for defensive player of the year.
Is it a parlay?
Parlay.
Wow.
3-leg parlay. He can win $554,000.
Oh, I think I did see this. Isn't the cash out option right now at like 57 grand?
The cash out is $39,000. So some folks are like, yo, take the cash out now because Surtain's going to win defense player of the year.
I'm cashing out in a heartbeat. How about you?
Are you cashing out?
Yeah. Dude, how can I turn down 50 into 39 grand?
Listen, you'd be a fool or you would be a gambler to say, nah, I'm going to ride the hot hand. I think he's going to get it. I want $500,000, bro. It's like Squid Games, man. I just finished watching Squid Games. Sometimes you got to take your L, bro. Take your L. I'm watching Mr. Beast now. Some of these.
Yeah, Caroline was watching. That's crazy.
Are you seeing some of the decisions some people are making?
Well, it's like we were talking about like the dilemma, like when they had the opportunity to just hit the button and eliminate their whole row and win $100,000. Me and Caroline are like,
I'm doing it.
Man, I'm doing it. Yeah. Like, what the hell?
You guys.
$100,000 to hit a button and go home. Yeah.
Buddy, the first guy hit it at $20,000. You're like, what, bro? Like, you could have hold off a little longer.
I don't even know if I blame that guy. $20,000 to do nothing.
Yeah, but they take half your money, so you made 10K. I guess that's easy.
That's
easy
true.
work.
$100,000 though, you would no way you're getting me to not hit that button.
Nah, I'm hitting that. I'm hitting that all day. Hitting that all day, kid. Anyway, listen, jump on that Squid Games. That Squid Games is nice.
I watched season 1. I got to get on season 2.
Yeah, you got to get on. There's some Easter eggs in that one. You're like, what? Didn't see that coming. So
really? Okay.
Yeah, for sure, man. Listen, like my man Bot said, yo, jump on that Bet US. Get your stuff in there, and we'll go from there, folks. So that's it. Bot, hit that music, B.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining us on a Friday evening. On your way out the door, like button if you could. Subscribe button if you could. And like Rico said, Bet US, the promo code's YouTube150. Get you 150% sign-up bonus. Up to $2,000 on your first deposit. 125% bonus on your next 2. After that, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe Rico will see you tomorrow with me as well. If not, you will definitely see us Sunday. Can't wait to reunite with you again this weekend. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening, folks. And go Bills.
Go Bills.
If you're a podcast host, listen up. This one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle. And I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.